And we are live. It's a Dave K show. I'm David K. Gyro, and I have with me my beautiful co-host, Miss Datha Bure. How you doing, Datha?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm doing great. So it has been a hot week in Louisiana,
Yes,
South
it
Louisiana.
has.
Yes.
Triples.
Right.
Triple
so
hot.
it's got up to how high? 113
100
degrees?
too high.
Wow.
100 is just too high.
Right. I don't even know if that's the heat index. Is that the real temperature or the heat
Yeah,
index?
yeah. It's a heat index somewhere.
Right. Well, so how you feeling right now?
I'm all right. I have a sore throat, but I'll live.
Right. I got you. Welcome to South Louisiana.
I know.
Snowing one day, hot the next day.
It's just no happy medium.
Right.
No happy medium.
Yes. Yes, it is. So we have a great show lined up today. Before I take off roll, what I want to do is I want to talk about some interesting stuff around the Baton Rouge area. We were talking earlier about Cartana Mall shutting down, right? So that's kind of like bittersweet memories for us and everything. Do you have any memories in Cartana Mall?
Yes, I do, actually. I do. So, you know the Piccadilly?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Who hadn't been to the Piccadilly? Yes.
Yeah, you know the doors in the bathroom at the Piccadilly?
Yes.
I was about 13, maybe less than that. No, I was young. I might have been 9 or 10.
Mm-hmm.
Got my finger stuck in it.
Finger stuck in the door, really?
Dude,
oh, my gosh.
it squished it
Let me see.
so-
Which finger was it?
I don't remember. It was a long time ago.
Okay,
but
well,
it
you have all your
squished-
fingers.
Yeah, I still have them. But it
Man.
squished it so bad.
Jeez.
And them doors are like the bathroom door over here. Man, that hurt.
Right. So did your mom come open the door for you? How'd
Yeah,
you get your fingers out?
she cried. I cried. It was bad.
Right.
That was the worst Piccadilly experience I've
Right.
ever had.
So so did they leave a bad, no pun intended, taste in your mouth for Piccadilly?
No, I still like their salad.
Okay.
They have good salad.
Right. I got you. Do you ever use the bathroom when you go to Piccadilly?
Well, they can't no more because it's not there.
That's true. We're not that
But
particular
no,
Piccadilly, right?
I didn't. After that, I
Okay.
was pretty much done with the restrooms.
Right. Well, it's a sad thing of things to come, so the Amazon's supposed to be taking over Cartana Mall. Then they're saying that that's still a, quote, rumor. It's not 100% verified, but I think that's what's going to happen.
I don't see it. And even if it does, I don't know how it's going to be successful. And the fact that everything over there seems to shut down. The only thing that's still up and running successfully is Academy.
Yes.
Walmart over there is doing good, and Lowe's. If
Right.
you didn't notice, Sam's shut down over there.
Right. That's true.
All the
true.
restaurants have shut down. That's just a very, very dry
Right.
place right now.
It is. It really is.
It's not.
So things are kind of
economically.
migrating over toward the Mall of Louisiana area.
Which ain't gonna last long.
No, it's not. That's one thing you and I can agree on for sure. That's not going to last long either.
Well, for starters, everybody's purchasing everything online now. So
Yes.
what's the point in driving all the way to Baton Rouge, fighting in all that stupid traffic that's consistently a daily basis?
Yes. Right.
And I mean, what's the point? You're wasting gas to go drive over there when you can do the same thing online.
Right. Amazon Prime next day,
Macy's.com,
2 days.
all
Macy's,
that.
even Walmart is shipping right
Walmart,
now. Yes,
love
they are.
Walmart shipment.
Yes.
It's all free. It's
Right.
all 2 days.
Yes. You know what I heard about Amazon? I heard that they're trying to get all of these facilities in all of these major cities closer to the people. They have
Drones.
yes, and that means same day delivery in
Negative.
some cases. If you order early enough in the day, you will get your order later on that day.
Negative. I don't want no drone flying over my house.
Not only drones, but they have
How are they going
robots.
to land it? How can they possibly land a heavy package without breaking everything?
I think
in
they
the
might
box?
hover like 4 feet and just drop it or something. I don't know.
No. I can see
Well,
those
Datha,
drones are going to be taken
welcome
down.
to 2020 coming up.
You know, the
like it or leave it.
the older people will see that as a threat. One city or another will shoot that drone
Right,
down.
I believe it. I believe
It's
it.
coming.
I can see Grandpa with his double-barrel shotgun.
Poor
when
Amazon.
Grandma might have ordered some off Amazon, Grandpa comes out there with the double barrel and shoots the thing out the sky.
Hey, Amazon, make them bulletproof.
Right. Not only that, but I heard the robots, which will come from the road, and these little robot, remote control little vehicles come to your door, drop a package off,
That's
and goes back.
just too
It's
much.
true.
That
We'll bring it back.
that is where Terminator comes in. When
Right.
that starts happening, the end of the world's coming.
Well,
I'm not having machines drop my mail off like that.
right. I agree with you.
Humans need jobs.
Right.
That makes no sense.
You're
If
right.
people need jobs, why are you going to machines when people can do the job?
That's right.
Makes no sense.
Unfortunately, just like time moves forward, we can't stop the future from coming. It's going to be what it is. I don't know what to tell you, Datha.
Oh, I do. When the drones
that?
come back and fight Amazon, then we'll all know what happened.
Right.
The machines took over.
Yep.
Can't let
Like you said,
machinery
like-
take over everything.
Like you said, the Terminator.
That's right.
All right, so that's one thing. Okay, Cartana Mall in Baton Rouge shutting down. Good memories from way back when. I remember the Bar Marché Mall days back when that was up and running.
I remember the caramel corn popcorn.
Yes.
And my mom used to take me and my sister to Solos, and we hated that store.
Solos, what is that? Is it a shoe store?
It's a clothes store, and every Easter she would take us there. Hours we would be shopping for. I hated it. I hated it. It was like, it was like the Hancock.
Wow.
You know the Hancock fabric stores?
Oh, yeah, I remember that. My mom sewed all the time.
The only fun thing about Hancock's is the bathroom was like a little tunnel you could go into like you were on this adventure or something.
Right.
Other than that, it was torture.
Wow.
Torture. I don't even know how to sew.
Right. Well, she brought you along because she probably didn't have a babysitter. I don't know what happened, but anyway, so that's something. So traffic. Have you been on traffic in Baton Rouge lately? You've been on interstate. Which way you take the back roads to get back home? I think because the traffic is bad.
I vert around Perkins Road because Perkins Road on the mornings is a 2-minute drive to get to work. In the afternoons, it could be 30 to 60 minutes.
Right.
So I found a back way around it to get off at Dalrymple. But the problem is everything seems to happen on our side of the world. So it's either the bridge that gets shut down, somewhere on LA1 gets shut down, or somewhere further on down the road, which seems to be a very popular spot right now, is around Bro Bridge and Henderson.
Yes, right, for wrecks and stuff.
Yeah,
right.
And it's just, it's been crazy.
Right.
It's too much traffic.
Yes, it has. So you don't really get on the interstate too much. It's surface streets, side streets.
That just to get to the new bridge.
Okay, gotcha.
And then I get on the new bridge.
Okay, so have you seen the billboards? Have you been looking at the billboards on I-10 lately?
No, because usually I'm trying not to run into the people ahead of me.
I'll give you credit.
Because they stop. Look, it's bad.
I'll give you a hall pass on that one. But guess what? I have been looking at the billboards lately, and if you've been out within the past couple of days in the Baton Rouge area or South Louisiana, you've seen who? Gordon McKernan.
I heard about him.
Signs, right?
Well, not the billboard as much as the building with the humongous flags flying.
Yes,
and
the big G.
Flags.
Yeah, the big G on the building. And if you look across the street on I-10, like
Yep.
there's another building.
Yep.
The guy's just like eating up everything. Billboards.
Props to him.
Bus signs, everything.
Got him a white Lambo too.
He really does.
Hey Gordon, I want to ride that Lambo one day.
There you go. Listen.
I've heard about it.
No, I want to get Gordon McKernan on the show right here. That's going to be our next thing.
Hey Gordon, we can get you on the show. We might have some fun stuff to talk about.
Yes, absolutely. We sure will. And I would like to say, you know what, Gordon McKernan, if you're watching, or any one of your associates, of your lawyers or whatever, we need some more Gordon McKernan signs in Porcupine Parish. We have one little rinky-dink sign on Hospital Road, which somebody has bought from one of the local advertisers.
You don't even have a sign anymore?
I don't think you have anything in Porcupine.
Poor
So
Gordon.
come over here, Gordon McKernan. We're going to discuss it. We'll get you rolling. We'll get you good to go.
Well, yeah, because for me, as a person that has no TV, I don't have commercials, so I don't know what his commercials are about.
Right.
I only know him from his little 18-wheeler sign or whatever sign.
Well, he always stands on 18-wheelers, right?
The building.
If I can say that you and I have a billboard with our guest on it this week, Gordon McKernan can have a billboard out here, right?
I think we should do one on top of an 18-wheeler.
You think so?
Yeah,
Okay.
or a Lambo.
That might work out.
Us in a 3D. That'd be funny.
That might work out.
Oh,
I'd rather
Gordon.
do a green screen rather than do it real life, but we'll talk about that later.
That's not real life. He's not really on there. It's a portrait of him.
It's a green screen too, right?
Yeah, it's
right.
not. It's not a real. It's not a real guy. It's a model,
Right.
isn't it?
I think it's really him, but he's on a green screen, and the way they do it, it makes it look real.
Oh.
But what I want to talk about, the reason I brought Gordon McKernan up is because he is a genius at marketing and advertising, which is going to lead us a little bit further later on. He's a genius. He knows what he's doing. Okay, I used to work at Channel 2, right?
Right.
So I was talking to our news director and everything. I'm going like, Gordon McKernan. I said, this guy here is just like buying up every billboard that he can buy on everywhere. And I even saw a billboard like one on top of the other, but he flipped the other one upside down.
Nice.
And I'm going like, he's just wasting billboard space. You know what the guy at Channel 2 told me? He made you look, didn't he?
That's right.
He sure did.
Got your attention.
He got your attention.
And that's what makes people, something crazy will draw attention.
Yes.
That's why you have to think outside the box. Don't do something normal. Do something crazy. People
Exactly.
like crazy.
Exactly. And so I know he got a lot of money from his dad. His dad was a lawyer, and he invested a lot of that. And so now they're all over the state. One guy said that he drove from Baton Rouge to Shreveport and counted 70 Gordon McKernan billboards from Baton Rouge to Shreveport. Cool. That's not even including the Baton Rouge area where they're clustered a whole lot. And what's really interesting about you and our guest coming up is y'all really didn't. Y'all two of the very few people that really have not really seen Gordon McKernan signs a lot.
Well, that's because I don't drive around there and I don't really pay attention to it. He does. Right. He does have one at the split I remember that one.
Right.
His number is like 88888888888.
Exactly, all eights. Right, all eights.
Like,
right.
You're pretty cool if you can reserve the eights.
Right, that's true.
Yeah.
So, and all of his signs look pretty much the same. They're yellow. They got the same picture of him, and that's in that gray suit all over the place.
Yeah, but you only notice that when you're stopped. If you're driving fast, you don't pay attention.
Right.
The only thing that I've ever caught my eye really good with him is his flags or his Christmas decorations.
Yes, right.
Like on the way to church, he's always got his stuff all decked out for Christmas.
Right, right.
You know, he's pretty cool with that.
Right, he really is.
Likes throwing his scriptures out there too.
Yeah, all the Beatitudes and everything, right? Which I found was kind of funny because, you know, blessed are the meek. When have you seen a meek lawyer?
Not driving around in a white Lambo.
Right, exactly.
I'm sorry, Gordon. I would drive around in one too. If I had
look,
one.
hang on a second.
I would totally.
She's talking about. Look what we have on display right here.
This is my baby. If I could get this in life size, y'all, I would. Don't
talk about Gordon McKernan and his white
It would be sleeping
Lamborghini.
in the bed next to me if I had a big enough bed. This thing is hot. It's hot.
Right.
I love this.
You know,
car.
you would go a step further and get the one that changes colors.
Yes, I would. I
Right.
would. If I had the money, I would.
Yes,
I
you
love
would.
that car.
Well,
it's so me.
Well, when the show gets past Joe Rogan, we'll get you a Lamborghini.
I need a
for
life-size Lambo in my life.
Like and subscribe our YouTube channel. Like and subscribe. We need more subscribers.
I gotta get one of those.
Right.
I mean,
okay.
even if it means I'm just driving it down the road or up and down the driveway.
This is only for Sunday driving. You don't drive this during the week to work.
I can't take that to church with me.
No, because you can only fit 2 people.
Well, no, because I would get a luggage rack and tie 2 of the kids on the back somewhere. It would be fine.
Right.
It would be fine.
Right.
And fresh air will do
what a
some
great
good.
car for your daughter to learn how to drive in.
Dave, are you insane? I put her in the pilot, and that girl hit the brakes so hard we all flew to the front.
Oh my gosh!
I'm like,
heavy
no.
brake pedal.
Oh, she has got a heavy foot.
Man.
I can't teach her. I
Okay,
can't.
well, so yeah, that's another story for another day, which I do want to pick up on that later on. But the main thing is Gordon McKernan. He's a marketing genius. He knows what he's doing. A lot of people, you either hate him or you love him because he's all over the place.
Go Gordon.
Yes, but he knows what he's doing. So that's going to lead us into our guest that we have right here coming up pretty soon, who's another marketing expert and genius and everything. And look, in the day and time that we live in today, if you have a band, you have a business, you have a brand that you want to promote, you have anything you want to get out there, there's no better climate than today with social media.
Oh, yeah.
To get your stuff out there.
Right.
Right,
Yeah,
so-
people love stuff like free stuff, mugs,
Yes.
shirts. They love T-shirts. Bumper stickers are fun.
Exactly, and the thing about it is, it's out there readily available, but you have to know how to do it, and you have to know how to do it correctly.
Right.
So that's what people like. Our next guest is coming in. Okay, so let's go ahead and introduce our next guest. She is a CEO of a production and marketing company. She's the executive producer of Kocktales Kandy, a reality show. So if you've been out looking about things about around the New Orleans area, you know what I'm talking about. She's a published author. She's a human rights activist. Ladies and gentlemen, we have with us today Miss
Kandy Robertson.
Boom. How you doing?
Hey.
All right.
Kandy.
Right up against the microphone there. Right up against the mic. There you go.
Okay.
How you doing?
Good. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing so great. Look, it's so glad to have you over here in New Roads, Louisiana. You made the 3-hour drive
The
to
big
come out
new
here.
roads.
Thank
Yes.
you for
Even though
having
the roads
us.
are not new.
Yes, right. One day they were new.
One day.
And we call it False River. So it's not a true river, so I guess it's a false river.
It's a
It
fake
used
river.
to be. No, it used to be
It's a
tapped
fake
into
river.
the Mississippi.
Right, that's true.
Yeah, and they cut it off.
Some people
So it
call
used to be a river.
Some people call it Poo Poo Lake because kind of like a swimming pool.
Don't go
but
swimming
Yeah,
in
don't go
it.
swimming in there,
We don't
please.
swim
No.
anything in anywhere near Louisiana.
No.
Thank you.
Not if you want your flesh
Well,
still
where
on
we
your
live,
bones.
like we definitely don't want to.
Right, that
That's
is
where
true.
all the gators.
So how was your trip
live.
coming up
Yeah.
here? How do you like New Roads? What's your general idea of the place? It's
It's
far.
one street.
It's far. I was like, man, we're going on a real vacation here.
Right.
Like, this is awesome. Like, we were driving at night and it was pitch black. Didn't see anything.
right.
Staring
No
at the-
armadillos, no,
No.
skunks or anything. No.
No, if I did run over one, I wasn't paying attention. 'cause
You
I was
would
making
know.
sure.
You would know.
Right. Exactly. That sounds great. So hats off to you because you're a go-getter. Let me tell you why. You are just rocking and rolling, making things happen.
Oh, yeah.
And so we're so proud of you and all the things that you're doing. You're especially for women right now. You're an advocate for, I think, women in general. I mean, you show other women, hey, this is how it should be done. This is what a real lady looks like. This is what a business lady looks like. How she should act and everything and carry herself. And I'm just really impressed with everything that you've been involved with. That's
you.
why I called you up. And I'm going like, I don't want to Skype you. I want you right here in person with us.
Yay.
Yes,
thank
so we
you.
got the great Kandy Robertson in person with us. Yep. So what I want to pretty much talk about is let's go back to kind of like some of your history before you got to where you are today, and what led you to the career path that you chose, right?
Uh-huh.
So kind of take us back before you got into all the stuff that I just mentioned and everything. You were living in Washington, D.C., right?
Yes. I was living in Virginia at the time. So it's called the DMV, D.C., Maryland, Virginia. It's a tri-state. So
yes.
If you're from Maryland, D.C., or Virginia, we always say.
Hey, so real quick question on that: is there a part where they all come together where you can put like 2 hands on a foot and like be in
they
3
said
states?
they
really?
said yes. That's why. Yep.
That's
there
so
is.
really?
Yeah. It's like
Oh,
literally
that'd be a fun
5
place to
minutes.
live.
You can hop in 5 minutes. 2 minutes is like right there from Virginia, the same way.
That is so cool.
There's no house on it. Can you imagine how hard that would be to do your address?
Right.
Oh,
No, I think so.
I'm domiciled in 3 states.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
No.
So
My bathroom lives in Washington. My bedroom is in Virginia.
No, that's a huge ass house.
I know, really, exactly. It'd have to be. So yeah. So go. So take it from there. So Washington D.C.
Yeah. So I went to nursing school. And one of my classmates was like, hey, you should model. And I was like, not sure what to think of that at the time.
You took advice, I hope, right?
So growing up, I kind of was bullied a lot. So I was bullied on my look. So everyone used to call me ugly all the time.
No,
so
really?
I always kind of thought I was very ugly or unattractive. So when she was I was like, are you sure? Really?
Right. Wow.
Well, I really didn't take her advice at the time. I finished nursing school. Then I settled down, had a family. And then I was like, well, I'm already a nurse. I'm working and I'm bored now. I always want to do things. It's just kind of innate in me. So I was like, well, let me just try, modeling. And I took it from there, became a model. Started in D.C. and then went through a divorce and moved down to Louisiana. And then iKandy started here in Louisiana.
Okay.
I started modeling. And then, again, I was like, okay, I don't want to just be a model. I want to represent something, So, I did all kinds of modeling. I didn't want to be just a lingerie model or a fashion model. I wanted to do everything. So I did everything. And I started off with high-end modeling first. The ones that you see in cosmetics and high fashion. I did that first because people tend to think when you're a model, you're a lingerie model, and they just peg you with that. So I wanted to do high fashion and fashion photos before I even delve into that. So I did that, and then I was like, well, I wanted to give back to the community. And one of the things that I've learned about myself growing up, my parents were refugees from the Cambodian genocide, and that really heavily affected my childhood growing up and who I am today. So I was like, well, the genocide occurred 30-something years ago, and they're still recovering. And one of the things that they're struggling with is human trafficking. So I was like, well, that's something I'm passionate about. Never been a victim, because people always ask me, are you a victim of it? Which I don't understand that either. I didn't know how to be a victim to have passion for something. But anyway, I did a few events for human trafficking nonprofit organizations, and then that led me to event coordinating. So then I knew how to start doing events. And then
let me stop you real quick. Hold that thought and everything. When we say human trafficking, okay, so a lot of people are not really sure what that term means. What is human trafficking?
Right.
So human trafficking is global. It happens here in the U.S. too, and people don't really realize that we have that here, because we're not a third world country. We're the first world country. So we kind of don't really pay attention to that. But in most third world countries, what they do is they'll sell people, and it could be children and it could be adults, to other countries, to other, not countries, but to other people in other countries, and traffic them, send them to another country and to become slaves.
Wow. Even in present day, as we speak right now, this is going on.
It's going on right now. It happens as slaves, and they call it sex slavery. You can be a sex slave to somebody.
Are we talking about New Orleans, Baton Rouge?
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
Lord.
Especially the biggest time when there's human trafficking in New Orleans is when we have the NBA,
and the Super Bowl too, I heard, right?
Yeah, the All-Star. The All-Star, and
that
then the Super Bowl. If we have one here, it's huge.
Wow, that's incredible.
It's huge, but people don't really pay attention to it. Really, it's kind of if you don't hear about, if you don't see it, out of sight, out of mind.
Right.
So yeah.
So a lot of times you go to Walmart and places and the post office, you see missing children all over the place.
Yes.
I heard that a good portion of those are child custody cases. But I imagine that a lot of other ones are human trafficking, things like that.
Yeah. And they'll steal them from the bathroom. So you have to make sure you take your kids to the bathroom.
Yes.
Because that happens, even if they don't steal them from the bathroom, you'll hear cases where they get raped in the bathroom and stuff. Like, that was recent. Like, there was like a 4-year-old that got raped.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
Like
You're not safe anywhere.
I don't know. Is it IHOP or?
Jeez.
Not IHOP.
Come on. Wow.
That's the best place in the world.
Right.
I know. They sent the little girl to the bathroom by herself, and
Did they say which one?
Wow.
I don't remember which one it was, but it was,
You probably look it up, I'm sure. That's incredible. Wow.
Yeah, it happens all the time. So you have to make sure, like, not taking.
Right.
Watch your kids.
Try
to preach that to Breeze, but Breeze is hard-headed.
Absolutely. We have a local STAR program over here, Sexual Trauma and Abuse Network thing. So they over here in New Roads have an office over here by the courthouse. Mm-hmm. And there is a place locally that's not mentioned and it's hidden. They actually shelter people in this area right here, which is really, really cool.
That is cool.
Yes, but even a little small town like New Roads, it's affected by it.
Well, because people come out from anywhere to do it. I mean, you just can't trust anybody.
Well, yeah, because they're going to come to small towns.
Well, yeah, that's a giveaway because people are unprepared for something like that.
Because the small towns are very friendly. Everybody knows everybody, and then, and then. But I like the small towns because people know, like, who's who. Yeah. And
so if a stranger walks in.
When a stranger walks in, they're like, they recognize, hey, I know that car. I don't really see it. I've never seen that person before.
Right.
So it's easier to recognize in small towns.
Yeah.
But I know recently in Texas, this woman sold her 4-year-old girl.
Her kid.
Her own child.
Really?
Her own child. Yep, to the sex slavery.
You can sell your kidney if you really want to be all about money.
Oh, she was
your
so
own
beautiful.
Kidney.
Yep.
I mean, why sell your kid?
Wow.
Your flesh and blood.
And that happened.
That's amazing.
They're everywhere. I've had an incident in Georgia. Georgia sold her own child.
That's crazy.
It is. People are just ridiculous these days.
Could have put your kid up for adoption
amazing.
and made money off of it.
No, they send them to the neighborhoods and to get money. It's
some countries they are stealing kids for their organs.
Yeah.
That's scary.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is.
I mean,
the black market.
Yeah. I mean, kids. I think they said they could get $60,000 a kid for just the organs.
They do babies.
It's crazy.
No, they do babies too. They'll steal babies, and I hate like we live in America, but like different cultures believe in different things, and they believe that eating a baby alive or eating a newborn baby gives you youth.
Yes,
Why
they
don't
do.
you be eating if you want youth?
So they'll steal babies.
That's crazy.
Sell them, and they'll really like, oh my God.
Yeah,
it's like,
sacrifice. Yes.
Eat your arm or something.
No, they will boil the baby and everything. It's horrible. It's horrific.
And you know what? That kind of stuff goes on in the upper levels of Hollywood, in our music industry, the Illuminati we always talk about and everything.
Goodness, don't get Riley on that.
The Bilderbergs and all that kind of stuff and everything. Yes, absolutely.
It's a scary world.
Epstein.
It is a scary world, and people don't. We're very
oblivious.
We are.
Why do you think?
Why do you think? Personal little bubble. Yep. We don't know nothing about.
Why do you think Epstein was killed in prison? Because he was about to unload on a whole lot of stuff.
Yeah, but see, what the problem with that is, what they fail to realize is, he's not the only one that knows.
Oh yeah.
So you killed somebody, and you got who? He probably told his secrets to everybody before he got offed.
Right.
Yeah.
Which really aren't secrets to begin with, because so many people know.
Yeah, they knew.
It's coming.
A lot of people know.
The beast is about to be unleashed.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is.
It's coming.
Yes,
too many people are learning too much.
Yes, they are. Well, so that gives us a little primer on the human rights and the human trafficking, which I think hats off to you, because that's just a very, very honorable thing to be involved with. Yes, and I'm glad you're making some waves in that area. So you got that thing going. That kind of sets you up for the next level. You were saying, right?
Yeah. So like I've done with the human trafficking. I did 3 events for 3 different organizations. One of my favorite ones was for the Freedom Climb, and we actually climbed 7 summits.
Oh wow!
Cool.
In the name of human trafficking.
Wow!
So they actually go to different countries. That the money goes to. So I actually research, make sure the money goes where it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
But they actually travel the globe and help the children and prevent it, and they have like education programs, but they really go and climb different mountains. To the Kilimanjaro, one of them. To like the base.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And then Mount Everest, they went to the base.
Yeah, you don't want to go too high. You start finding dead people. They say.
Yeah, right.
That's okay.
Right.
I don't want to find no dead people.
Right. They went to the ones in South Africa recently, but I just went to the one in Denver because,
Yeah.
it's like
right.
weird.
Yeah.
Timmy and I were talking about, he was interested in mountain climbing and learning how to do it and everything. They got the rock wall in Baton Rouge. You go climb the rock wall to get started. But
he's a beginner.
Right.
Okay.
Like you can find a mountain in Louisiana.
Right. Well, y'all went hiking across the river in St. Francisville.
There's a mountain. It's like called the Levee in Louisiana. We don't
No,
have any mountains.
It's
Right.
the Indian
Right.
mound.
Right.
It's the,
Right.
You gotta
We
see
don't
it.
have any mountains in
we
Louisiana.
have how tall
Right.
is it? The Indian Mound in Livonia. It's taller than the Levees.
It's
big.
Taller than
50 or 60 feet maybe.
See?
Okay.
That's our
Right.
mountain.
But
Okay,
that's
that's
a,
our
high,
Indian
60
mound.
feet.
That's
it.
right.
right. Not really a mountain. The mountain's made out of
No.
rock. This is made out of dirt.
Well, yeah.
But, well, that's very interesting. So,
That was a very
Yeah.
unique experience. It was very fun. So then after that, so what I did to coordinate the events, because I integrated my modeling experience into that. So I did fashion shows, so it's called Fashion for Freedom. So all three organizations I did Fashion for Freedom for, and we did fashion shows for that.
That's cool.
That was
yes.
that was cool. So like everything is free.
Yeah, big word.
So-
FREE.
And it's
Right.
hard to do free events. I'm telling you about it. It was so successful. Like the event venue that we had it at was like, can you do this monthly? I was like, no.
They want you
Nobody
back.
wants to do this for free every month.
Right.
I only do it like
Right.
so often. Once I find like an organization I want to be a part of. Like I don't want to be a part of it, but I want to help.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of like I really don't want to be a name in your company. You know what I'm saying? I just want to be like someone that just, hey, here's
Right.
money.
Well, you're finding all these little things to kind of piggyback off. That's pretty cool,
Yes. So all of my experiences all intertwine with each other. So
Yes.
with modeling came acting. I didn't want to just be a model. I wanted to act too. So I started acting here in New Orleans.
Right. Talk about this a little bit, because remember they're trying to stereotype you as a Cambodian or / Asian.
Oh, yes.
They're trying to put you in these certain roles.
Oh, yeah. So no, they don't even care that I'm Cambodian. Okay. I'm just Asian. And so what I don't like, so when I started getting my feet wet, I love being on set. I did background work first. And that's when I was like, okay, this is it. Like, I really want to be a part of the entertainment industry. I really want to be in film. And then, with more experience, I'm like, okay, I'm not going to do background anymore. I'm going to have, like, feature roles or actual real roles. But when I do get called in for those real roles, it's usually like, can you, like, not speak English? Do you have an accent? And I'm like, oh.
That's me.
Right.
I'm always Hispanic, and I'm not Hispanic.
Do you do nails? Can you come in?
Right.
Like, we want you to
Yeah.
do nails, or be on a boat
Yep.
fishing,
Right.
or be a prostitute.
Right, exactly.
I've had-
Massage or whatever, right.
Right.
Yeah.
So I've had
Right.
one that was like, okay, you're a prostitute in Thailand that barely speaks English. I was like, yeah, that's not gonna
You should have
happen.
said.
Right. Unless you
That's
can fake
not
the accent.
Yeah.
No, I can't even do the accent. I can't
Wow.
even do the accent. I'm a horrible Asian. Like I can't even make fun of my mom. Like,
So what
I
about
can't
your
do it.
mom and dad? What are their nationalities? Are they both Cambodian?
Yeah, so both my parents are Cambodian.
So you're 100% then.
Yeah. Well, my mom says my great grandpa is like Vietnamese.
She needs to spit on the stick just to see.
Right, DNA.
I gotta
right.
do it because I
I'm
don't know.
sure,
what's in
like
mine.
in Asia, it's like I think we're all just intertwined in some kind of way. Like so, like Cambodia is actually one of the countries that are the true Sanskrit, meaning like they're connected to India.
Mm-hmm.
So if you look up, a lot Cambodians are actually darker in skin tone, and they have a different facial structure, similar to India. So like if you look at their temples, it's very very similar to Hinduism. They practice Buddhism over there, but it's very, very similar stories, very similar architecture.
Interesting, yeah.
Yeah, because like India, India back in the day, they did the spice trade. So they went all over the place to sell spice.
Yeah.
So one of them was Cambodian. That was, they kind of like helped them create the temples.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is so cool, yeah.
So actually our temple in Cambodia, the Angkor Wat, is the 7th wonder of the world.
Oh, cool.
Right. That is so cool.
Because there actually it's a kingdom still. Cambodia is still a kingdom, and they actually ran the entire Asia.
Wow.
And they had the first water system. They created a water system throughout the whole kingdom.
Wow,
and
like
they
the
were
aqueduct
first,
type thing.
Yes, they
Yeah.
were the
That's
first
neat.
country to do that. And then,
Wow.
of course, everybody wants to fight and have wars and stuff in there.
Right.
So So that's
Exactly
war.
war.
What is it good for?
Right.
Absolutely nothing.
People
Yep.
like to fight for land. It
Right.
makes but that's back in the biblical times.
It doesn't make
Right.
any sense. Like
It doesn't. Get
Right.
over yourself.
Well,
You don't
wars
need all that land
nowadays-
anyway. What you gonna do with all that property?
right? There's not
I
many
mean,
people to fill
really.
it up.
I know. I don't even have friends, so I'm pretty sure if I
got
go
friends. Come on,
fight
get
for
out of
land,
here.
I ain't gonna have nothing to put on it.
No, land is very serious. I think my mom's neighbor does that. Like they have beef. Okay, like I have to go and like
Wait,
referee
she lives here though, right?
So my mom lives. We all live in southeast Louisiana. So
So they're fighting for land out here?
girl, like it's a
Oh.
neighborhood, and there's like a pot of land that's literally like 10 feet by 10 feet.
Oh, that's too funny.
And she gets like all hyped up, and she'll come and try to fight them. They don't speak
She
English
needs to
that well.
Find the deed to it.
No, she gets mad if we step on it.
Oh, but no.
She thought that we put her chicken coop. She thought we put a chicken coop.
Wow, I know,
I
right?
would fight with my
land.
neighbor like that.
And so my neighbor came and started fussing with my mom, and of course they fighting, right? So I had to go and come and referee that, and I was like, my mom did not put no chicken coop. Why would she put a chicken coop on your land?
Yeah, if
And her-
anything, she'd probably chop the chicken's heads off and put them under the coop as mean as you are.
Right. So
No.
change the names, and you got the same thing on the side,
Well,
right?
then
Just to
her
protect the innocent.
her son came and was like, "Ma, I'm the one that drove on the land, and I'm the one that put a chicken coop there. You should have called me first before you came and they called 911 and everything over a 10 by like really." I was like, and I said
It's
to
amazing.
her son, I was like, so she would die over this land, and what's gonna happen to
So
the land?
she better be careful that your
Like,
mom
that's-
is nice, because some people
Some
would
people-
probably drag her back across the property
especially
line.
over there, you know. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, it's on,
You know,
baby.
yeah, they don't
Oh my
Bring
gosh.
it.
Yes.
You know,
we're in
it's been
Louisiana.
brought.
You know, we're in Louisiana. It's a little different down here.
I'd
Right.
buy me an alligator.
Everybody got a gun too.
I'd park that alligator right on the property line.
Right, that's true. Everybody's got a
Big
gun.
alligator.
They have one
South
over
Louisiana.
the levee too.
Yes,
amazing.
indeed. That's funny.
So you're telling me that you eventually got your LPN, right?
Yeah, I got
And
my
so,
nursing.
well, that was in
Mhm.
D.C. You got your LPN,
I got
right?
I got my nursing license over there, and then I
So,
nursed
so,
for 15 years.
so you're
Wow.
are you still doing the nursing while you're doing the acting and everything, the modeling and everything else?
I stopped working, and my husband's been supplementing for us.
Okay, right, sure,
Well,
right.
I'm like trying to really start my business. I'm burnt out from nursing.
You do.
I don't think people understand. Like they think, oh, you make such good money. That like, oh, we really make good money. But I was like, I'm burnt out. I'm
Yeah.
tired. I don't want to do this anymore because I have dreams and ambitions. Like
Right.
while I'm nursing, I'm putting on my TV show, and it's like oh man, you know, you're producing this TV show. You're on set, and you're on this high, and then next thing you know, you
Back
call
to
in work,
reality.
and you're like,
Yep.
oh no,
Time to pay the
you know,
bills.
and then you
Yeah.
got people like telling you what to do, and I was like. You know, like that's one of the things I really don't like about working for other people is because I think a lot of people go through this is management, right?
It is.
And it's how you talk to people.
Yep.
And I got to this point where, like, growing up, I was very shy, young
You
girl.
sound like me.
I was very shy, and so like I took the abuse. There literally was
Yeah.
abuse. Like I've cried at my job.
Wow.
They would take advantage. I'm very smart and I'm very driven. I can get things done. You give me something, I'll get it done today. And they knew that.
Yeah.
And they knew I needed that job because where we live, there's no other nursing or hospital or anything.
The only
It's
show in
just-
town.
That's it. So like I don't want to drive an hour and a half to town
Right.
to work, you know? So they knew, you know, that okay, Karen needs this job. She needs
So
this job.
treat her like crap. I've
Yeah.
been there before.
Yeah.
Motor vehicles.
Yep,
Left
yep.
with chest pains every day.
Jeez, come
Finally
on.
got out of it. It was bad.
Yeah, that
Yes,
is bad.
it
It was
was
affecting
bad.
you physically.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's not cool.
It's not.
It's not cool. And then it got to the point where I was like, all right, are y'all done yet? Or is my initiation phase over? Like, are you cool? Like,
Well, yeah.
it was like,
Right.
When you start thinking about the pros and cons to your job, and
Yeah.
the pros is to leave regardless of whether you're getting paid or not, lose your insurance and everything. That's when you realize that your job is rock bottom, and you've hit it,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
it's terrible. It's
Yes.
a terrible feeling.
yeah.
So that brings me to the point with you. So you eventually got to the part where something's got to change.
Yeah, because I had another job that I took on, and I was actually working in the office for 2 years, which was great. Okay. Yeah, being on the
Right.
floor is like great. I don't have to deal with people. I love people, but I don't want to deal with y'all every day.
Right.
But like that was great. And after I came back from maternity leave, they were like, "Hey, can you help us? You know, as a favor, We don't have anyone in the field.
Trying to butter you up.
And how much you gonna pay me?
They lost 3 nurses, and they're in the hiring process or in training. That we just need your help.
4 years later,
3 weeks. No, girl, I didn't know. I didn't know. Girl, I started. Every month was like, no, Karen. Like we're going to have a nurse today. A nurse this train. We're training every month. So that 6 months, I was like, okay, it's been 6 months.
Yeah.
You kind of wait. It's been 6 months, and I was like, it wasn't my job description. That's not what I was hired for. My title isn't even a field nurse. I was like a telehealth liaison. So it's like, that's on my application. It's on my business card. So I was like, this is not my job.
Right.
So I went in there asking for a raise. Of course, they knew that. So they waited. What happened was when I asked for a raise, they waited 3 weeks to have this meeting. So they knew what was going to happen, right?
They're preparing, right.
So when I got in there, they just kind of like dug in me, and they're like, oh, you didn't do this, you didn't do that. And I was like, well, first of all, nobody trained me. Y'all just threw me out there. Here's your tablet. Learn it. Figure it out on your own. Like, I literally was not a wound care nurse. Learn how to do that. And luckily, they're smart. I'm smart. Like, really, like, if I went out there and I was like, shit, I don't know what is this?
But you caught on, though,
like,
didn't
you?
You're smart.
So I was just kind of like,
do I sew it or do I tape it?
Yeah, and it's like,
Right.
and so on the tablet, it tells you directions, and it has, like, the names of the bandages. It's not a bandage. It's the name
labeled?
No. So everybody's house.
I'd be messed up.
No,
Well,
so
then
everybody's
poor
house
people.
has their own, like, equipment, or so I have to go. So what I did was I will look at their previous wound and see what they used. So then
Right.
I'll look in there and I was just
Did
pretending.
you do this? Did they use this on you? Do you remember?
No, I don't say anything. I just have to pretend. I would just pretend. Okay, let me see. Well, let me see.
Yeah, smart
what's
lady.
going on? And I go in the box.
You Google?
Yeah, go in the box. And
You
say,
giving all
okay,
your
this is what they
secrets away.
did. This is what I did. All right. Well, then they were like, well, I think they said something about they didn't have the old position available for me, that I had to work this. I was like, but no one told me
to do anything.
Right. Well, I said, well, nobody told me that this was, not available. That no one told me this.
Right.
And then she was like, you're supposed to come back to the office after you go to field work because we pay you to be in the office because I get paid salary at the time. I was like, yeah. Do you not get it? Because I get paid salary. Because I'm an office employee, so the field nurses get paid by visits, right? So she was like, well, either. So I said, I didn't know that, and she was like, well, you should know better. Your mom taught you better.
Oh, I just said, boy,
Girl.
some things don't
Yes.
change.
Just draw the
Yes,
line.
at that point I was like, and I don't really look. I'm very confrontational, but I'm very when it comes to work or an authority. Like, I feel if you're like my boss, and this is how I was raised.
Yeah.
It's like I don't really talk back. I don't really defend
Right.
myself. But at that point, I was like, whoa, wait a minute, time out.
Yeah,
like,
they clicked the switch that
No.
was always off.
yes. I was like, no. And then I stood up. She stood up. We was in each other's faces. And she's like, you either
Tear
work
down for
here.
what, baby?
Right.
Yeah, because she was like, either you work here with this pay or you don't work here at all. And I was like, I wanted to say, fuck you so
Right.
bad. I was
Right.
like, I don't
Right.
want to work here. She's like, I don't.
I'm
She
gonna
knew
make
what you
a
were
wound
thinking.
on you and let you learn how to dress it.
Yeah,
Uh-oh,
yes.
look out.
Oh, just that, baby. Oh man.
Yes.
Oh.
Well, so it was a pretty clear choice. You had one choice or the other, right?
Yeah,
Right.
and then it was just like, okay, now what do I do?
And we knew what choice you took.
I'd have said bye-bye.
Yeah. Well,
she
yeah, I
did.
did. I said bye, and then that's when I was like, okay.
I wouldn't have said bye. I'd have punched her and left.
Oh.
Hit and run, baby. That's the best crime.
No. So then after that, that's when I was like, okay, I gotta buckle down and figure out what I'm gonna do, and then that's when, like, people don't realize, like, your experiences actually teach you
Yeah.
to and
Prepare
lead
you.
you.
It does, yeah.
It prepares you to your
Yes.
exact what you're supposed to do in life.
Right.
And so some things I was telling Dave was like, God actually gives you these obstacles in your life that you feel like you can't overcome, or it's devastating, but it's actually like a big turning point. It's a life-changing moment for
That's
you.
called a test.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes.
yes, that and that. But because we're so stubborn,
Right.
right? We're not gonna move. We're not, for example, if you were dating somebody and they constantly cheat on you, abuse you, but you still stay there, right?
Yeah.
So it has to be something so devastating that they already telling you leave. Like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? That's your signs to leave, but you don't.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So what happens is it gets to the point where it's so damaging, so devastating, or like an event happens where like something life-changing, that's like God's like,
Yes.
I told you, go, get out,
Right.
you know, like,
Right.
and that's how these things, that's how we have to, like, okay. And that's where our life changes because we're so stubborn, I feel.
Sometimes it's hard to start new when you've never had that before. And the thought of the unknown is scary.
Yeah, it is.
In my opinion.
So that's kind of what holds you there sometimes?
I believe it is.
When's your birthday? When's your birthday?
It's 10/16. I'm not giving you the year.
You don't have to. So you're a Libra.
Libra.
I'm surrounded by Libras. All my closest friends are Libras. Like
Okay.
right now, like, and Libras. I'm an Aries, so Libras and Aries are like really good business partners and stuff. So
cool.
all my
Awesome.
friends, I'm surrounded by Libras.
Right.
I don't know. I feel like each season you have a season.
Mm-hmm.
So like it's
Right now, mine's winter because it's cold. It's
Right.
cold.
For you.
It's bad right now.
Right.
It's bad.
It's
Yeah.
going to get better.
No, it's
Yeah.
not.
That's the thing. Seasons change.
Yeah, seasons change.
They do,
Yes.
but unfortunately, I've been in the season for about 16 years, and it's just I gotta do something.
So your life changing moment hasn't come yet.
No,
So
it
it's
came.
like it came.
It came.
It's what I tell people, like when they're in a relationship, like when they complain about certain relationships they're in. It's usually you can give them all the advice that you want. They're not gonna take it. So like you have to wait for them to learn and figure it out on their own, have that aha
And
moment.
that's me.
Yeah, so like all we can do as friends is be there for you whether you decide to stay with him or not stay with him. We're just your support. Versus like judging you, waiting like, oh, she could have been. No, we're not in your shoes, you know what I'm saying? So but
Yeah.
most people in relationships don't figure it out by getting advice from other people.
Well,
It's just really you have to when
Right.
to well, I can't tell you today is the day. You know inside your heart that this is it. I'm done. I'm really done. And I've told that to many women in my life, like where like I had my cousin who was in a very abusive relationship for 15 years. Never couldn't leave. There were signs everywhere. It was very bad a relationship, but she wouldn't leave.
it's scary to start over.
Right. So she had to like, then she was like herself. She learned, okay, this is it. Like I have to do it. And it's only not us, not me or Dave or anybody. It's like you're the one to decide to end the relationship and move.
I'm just scared to be alone.
I don't know. I love change.
Well,
I love change too.
You just
but
have to embrace change.
I've never dated. I've had 2 guys. I married the first one. And I dated him when I was 17. Left him and got this one. And this one is just, I'm at a comfort zone with him, even though things are not progressing like I'd like.
Right.
And it's just hard for me to think that I'd have to start dating again because I don't know how to start.
Oh.
I've never dated before.
Yeah, so
And
you
give us some
scary.
advice.
Well, all you gotta do is you have to change your mindset. Okay, you're gonna have to change like, okay, dating could be fun and an adventure. Once you change your mindset to saying like, oh, I'm free, I can pick and choose who I want, I can go on any dates I want, I can do whatever I want,
Gotta learn
and
to get
with
out
whoever I want, and if you just see it as like it's an adventure, it's like a life-changing moment for you. You're on a new phase in your life. You're single.
That sounds like fun.
And
Yeah, but I gotta learn to
Yeah.
go out first.
Well, there
you
you go.
don't have to go out. Just use those dating apps.
Oh no, I didn't. Too many laws are in dating apps.
Yeah, but the thing is, when I was single, dating apps were fun. So like, I never really, I love them because that helps you train for real life conversations. Because now you're building conversation. It's really boring too because you can talk to 15 people. I don't know how people do it, but you can talk to 15 people and you forget.
No,
You forget
how
what did I tell
trouble
you?
starts.
And then
Right.
everybody's like, "Hi, how are you? This is my favorite color." This is my, that's boring.
Yeah.
But like with dating apps, that's a good like starter for you if you never dated, because then now you get comfortable in starting conversations with men
I
before
don't
you can
have a problem
actually.
talking. I just don't know how to go out. I have no friends.
I was just
Right.
like, go make some
I don't
friends.
have no
Right.
friends. I'm too
Yeah.
old to make new friends.
Oh, no
Oh
way.
no, that's a lie. All my best friends are
Never too
when
old.
I made in the past few years, and they're like my closest friends. So like I read this thing where like women, we go through these phases in friendships, and like our bestest friends that we make and are older when we get older, because we've gone through. Women are very weird with friendships. They're totally different with men.
We were
Men
just talking about
Men
that.
can
Yeah, we
have
were,
friends since back in the day forever, for 50, 25 years or
Yep.
whatever, and they cool. They can go through anything, but women, we hold
Partners
grudges.
for life, baby.
Right.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
y'all can fight, and it's just whatever.
Yeah.
Like, not women. Women hold on to that. Hold on to it. And
We
whatever-
messy.
Yes.
We are messy.
Yes.
I hear you.
Yeah. So what happens
Yeah.
as we get older, we get tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter, and then we actually watch who's going to be in our
circle, because
in
our
our
circle
circle
of trust is small.
it's
Because
right in our age. That's when it's
Yeah.
going to happen. So most of my friends now, actually all of my friends now, are the closest friends I have are all in the past few years. So no, you're never too old to make new friends.
I'm gonna have to start going out.
We were talking about that the other day, like she was saying.
Yeah.
It was pretty
You just have to go
interesting.
places that you enjoy. Like
I don't know. I've never done anything. That's what I'm
do you
saying.
go to networking events, Dave? You got to take her places, man.
That's what I told you. I offered to take her kids, Breeze, to come bowling with us because he stays with the girls all the time.
Yeah,
and
his poor boy. He's got nothing but
your
girls.
kids are following your footsteps. They're in the house. They never get out. They never do anything.
I know that.
So
we go to church.
Yeah, that's good too. But you got to get out and do other things on the weekend. You got to do some stuff. Go bowling. Go to Top Golf. Go do something. Go do something.
Dave,
go watch a
it's
movie.
like $50 to
Go
play
watch-
Top Golf a
well,
person.
Is that
Well,
that big?
save it up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I want to
right.
go.
Yeah.
it's
I've never
hot.
gone.
Oh,
I've never
man.
went golfing,
$50
but
a person.
that looks
Yes.
nice. That
Man.
looks like that's a nice golfing.
And,
Yes.
and they serve alcohol, so you have
Yeah,
no
we're definitely
border
going.
right there.
You guys
know
to
who's
go.
gonna fall off that?
We just gotta go.
We
Yes.
might have to.
Yeah,
Yes.
Dave, we're just
We
gonna
can-
take her
all
golfing.
right.
Yes, we will.
And drink
We go take a
and
loan
golf.
out.
Just
That's
don't
gonna be
let me
fun.
walk to the edge.
So we're gonna take a load out.
I'd be the first one to fall off
Right.
that thing.
Oh,
I
no.
know this.
No, I'm sure they. I should hope they have some kind of. No, they don't have.
They
a
don't
net.
have a net, girl.
Oh,
It is like
Wow.
free fall.
Well, they have a net to catch the balls outside. Like
Yeah,
on the
Maybe they
ground.
have a
Fall
net.
down,
They probably have a net underneath.
Maybe
like-
so.
They
like
have
right
to.
here.
They have to.
I hope
For the
so.
jumpers, they have
For
to
the-
have a net for the
Yeah,
jumpers.
you
And
put
for the
alcohol in
Right.
somebody, they're gonna accidentally step a little too far. Blah blah. That's it.
Right.
Do you join? Do you join Facebook groups?
I'm off of Facebook.
Okay, so let's.
I had to.
If you don't mind, let's discuss that because Datha, she's. We're going to talk about social media in a second here, but Datha has Instagram. You're good on, right?
I like the animal videos, the making the cookies, the making the cakes. It's all and I can sit there and watch cats and dogs fight all day long because it's funny. Cakes is
Right.
cool as crap because I
Right.
wish I could make a cake like that. The
Right.
cookies, how do they
But
do
see, that's
it?
not even the social media part
Negative.
of it. You're talking about cats and dogs and cakes and stuff,
Then I
but
guess
it's like.
I'm not into it.
But the Facebook thing is interacting with other people, though.
I don't like
So, but
Facebook.
what's the reason that you were separated from Facebook?
I made a promise
To who?
to the guy I'm fighting with right now that I was going to get off of it.
Okay.
Oh,
I don't want to
Why?
get back because it's toxic. It really is. Facebook is toxic.
Well, can you control it some kind of way? You know.
Not when someone I don't know calls me at 3:00 in the morning, and I did not know that Facebook did that. And I heard this really weird phone ring like it did earlier, and I'm like, it's 3:00 in the morning. Who the hell's calling me at 3:00 in the morning? I
It's
don't
some
know
random
them.
person.
On
I
Messenger?
don't like that.
Yeah.
Facebook Messenger.
I
Yeah.
don't like that.
But how?
Well-
I mean, he doesn't understand that. Just like that happens.
No, that's not the problem. The problem is people. He just didn't like me on it, and I didn't.
I
just
understand.
made a
Where,
Sounds
promise
like
to
it.
get
I
off
understand where you're going because
Yeah.
he wanted you as his own, and I understand where he's going with that.
Well, he always had
But
that.
but Facebook is not supposed to be somewhere to go get a hookup. Facebook
No,
is
it
to connect
shouldn't
with
be.
friends.
It should be.
But it can be. But
But
I
it
mean,
can be.
it's made to connect with friends and everything, and you can block people.
You can, but in the same sense, he got off of it too. So it was a good.
So my
So
question-
So I seen that meme. It says, "Would you?" It was a question to their part, like to people, like, "Would you get off of social media to save your relationship?"
Well, if you love him enough, you'll do anything for
So
him.
how much do you love him now?
Right now.
Right. Look at-
Right? All right. Here's the
Okay, we're
problem.
off of Facebook. To how much do you love
Right.
him now?
Right.
I love
Right.
him to the ends of the world and back. The problem is he doesn't want a future with me, and that's an issue.
So Facebook is just like irrelevant at this point.
Yeah, it is.
It is,
It doesn't make any
but-
sense now.
Right.
Okay,
This is a
you
new
should.
breakup.
You should have been like, "Hey, if you want me on Facebook, let's talk about our future, and then I'll get off. Facebook future."
Is he on
future.
Facebook?
No, he's not. We
Okay.
made a promise,
Okay.
and I tend to
Interesting.
keep that with him, even
Right.
though we're not seeing eye to eye right now. Things are a little shady.
Okay.
I just
Yeah. All right. So let me ask you this, and just you being the expert, you kind of chime in. What would be the difference? You're on Instagram. What would be the difference between Instagram and Facebook that you would go on that platform and not Facebook?
because I don't know much about Instagram for one thing.
Right.
I really don't. It's
Right.
a mystery to me. People can't call you on Instagram. I don't think. At least nobody's done it.
But tell us about Instagram as opposed to Facebook.
No, they can't call you on Instagram.
That's a plus.
Right. To me, Instagram has a
I think
lot less
Facebook's
drama
going
on it.
away. Instagram does because you can't sit there and post your
Lie.
private. Well,
Right. Right.
No.
No?
Really?
No,
Really?
I'm gonna talk to you guys about that.
Really? Yeah, we're gonna
Yes.
get to that in a minute for sure. Yeah. So yeah.
Instagram is just as messy.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, but you can avoid the mess on Instagram.
If you block your partner, yes.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, right. I imagine people find a way, no matter what platform it's on, to get in there.
You don't the messenger thing on there. You don't have to answer the messages on it.
You don't have to download the Messenger app on there. You don't even have to be on Facebook and have a messenger.
Yeah, you can have Facebook and not have a messenger.
They can still call you though.
No, they can't. If you don't have a messenger, and you can block that.
Well, I'm gonna have to do. I ain't getting back on Facebook though.
Right. I don't blame you. Do what you want to do. Not a problem.
Facebook is great for social. Most of my friends that I've met are off my Facebook group, and I've never met them before, but we became really close friends. Like my circle of friends that I've met through Facebook, and my husband thinks I'm crazy. He's like, you have a weird group of friends, and like, I don't know what's wrong with your generation. And he's younger than me. He's like, but y'all, how do you just meet people and meet them in person? They actually fly down. I have friends that flew from Florida and Maryland and other places in the country to hang out.
Well,
because
that's
we've created a bond on Facebook.
That is
why
pretty
you
cool.
can't do that on Instagram?
You can't do that on Instagram because Instagram is a visual platform.
Exactly.
It's pictures.
See?
So with
video
Facebook, I always feel like it's it's a conversational.
Right. So people get on Facebook in particular for different reasons. The reason that I get on it, and I max out my 5,000 friends right off the bat. And no, I don't know all the 5,000 friends I have because I get a lot of flack for that from a lot of people. But I use it as an audience and as a platform to when I want to post something. All these 5,000 people I don't know, they're going to see what I want to tell them or want to tell them.
Yeah.
They don't. And I'm going to tell you about that.
Oh, really?
No.
Really?
So,
okay.
So, ha!
Well, so yeah, I'm gonna be schooled like you school me all the time.
You're about to be educated, son.
Yeah, she educates me.
About to be educated.
She cuts me down a notch every show, and that's good. I like that. So,
that's funny.
All right. So before we get into the Facebook and the social media thing and everything, let's kind of backtrack a little bit.
Okay.
So
yeah, I know.
By the way, I have an idea for a reality TV show.
Don't mention it here.
Well, I was gonna say she could film us.
Everybody else can take it too.
They love us.
Right.
No, I'm saying they can take it. Your idea.
Oh,
right.
yeah. Well, no, they'd have to ask us because it'd be us.
Or if it'd be us, then that's a different story.
That's what I'm saying.
That's a different story.
We have people watch us all day long.
They actually came. We're going to get to your reality show in a second also, but they came to us about 4 years ago and from New York, a production company out here, and they saw the gyros, like I'm a gyro, and we're a huge family out here. There's 200 families that are gyros out here. Yes.
Very Louisiana.
Exactly. So they contacted us. They came down here. They interviewed everybody. They wanted to have a show called Gyro Town.
Did you keep the number?
Oh, I got the number, yeah.
Call them back, boy. What's wrong with you?
I tried.
Look, hey, I got a show now.
Yeah, really?
Right, I know, right.
Dude, you got
We got that close to having a reality show, and for some reason they just pulled the rug out at the last minute. I don't know what happened.
Probably money.
That might have been it.
It's probably money.
But I be caught on to what they were trying to do, and they were trying to portray us as the backwoods, bayou, country hicks, Louisiana.
Because that was actually the very big thing back then. The swamp people.
Yes,
yeah.
Right.
And then what was the Duck
Dynasty,
Duck
right?
Dynasty. That was a huge thing because nobody knew too much about Louisiana. You know what I'm saying? So
yes.
that was big.
Right.
You know? So that's probably why they did that.
We could put an act on.
Right.
It wasn't the shark, and there was like the shark thing too. Because I have a few of my friends that where I live that were the shark one, and then the
shark
people.
Okay.
We had shark thing over here.
Yeah.
Shark Week was it?
It's shark something. I can't remember.
You know what that is, Tim?
Shark Tank?
Shark Tank?
No,
that's the
Shark Tank is the business thing.
Yeah, the business thing.
I can't remember, but he was on there, and it had to do with the fishing community.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right. So
Big Fish?
I can't remember.
Was it the Gulf of Mexico, or was it like one of the rivers? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's where I live.
Is that fun to go out there and do that all day?
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't think so either.
Yeah, you're very close to the Gulf. So
I'm right there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Lapping at your back door.
So I tell people, you know where I live? You know how Louisiana is the foot of that man in the middle of the United States? I live on a toenail.
Right.
That's funny.
I live on a tonail. And they're like, oh, wow. I said,
Right.
yes. We are the first people that get hit.
We're the boot in the boot.
Yeah.
Right.
Point Creek Parish is a small boot.
Yeah, the mitt or whatever, right? It looks like a mitt.
It looks like a boot.
The boot in the boot.
Yeah, we're the
boot
little
in the boot. Yeah,
we're the
boot
booty.
in the boot.
Not really.
The booty.
Yeah.
Well, Louisiana women, I don't know.
Oh, dang.
So,
that is very true.
Yes,
That's
it is.
messed up.
But we like that, though.
Oh.
It's not a bad. No, it's not bad at all. We like that.
Girl, I didn't look. Where are we from? I came down here. I was like, "There's white girls with ass down here. What the hell?" I was like, "What did they eat it?"
Right.
Well, this girl definitely ain't got that problem.
Oh.
I did squats the other day. I got this app on my phone and I got started and I'm like, oh, I'm feeling it, bro. And I'm good at working out. I used to do it all the time. When I tell you I'm still hurting, I almost could not sit in my chair.
Your butt's hurting?
Yeah, you can't
Oh
go.
my
You
gosh.
can't use the bathroom.
I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, man, what
Can't
did
squat no more.
I got to do it some more.
Yeah, keep it up.
I don't like the feeling, but I love the feeling. It's a weird thing.
Yeah.
Right.
It means it works.
Keep it
Yep,
up.
it
Well,
means
there's
it
two
works.
ways to get it. Is by exercising and by eating the right stuff. So
Avocados, I hear. Let me
Really?
tell you a little secret.
Real avocados?
I ate a
love
lot.
avocados.
I ate so many
Maybe that's where I
avocados.
get mine from.
I don't think one cheek moved. And I ate a
Come
lot of
on, come on,
avocados.
wow.
She said, "I don't think mine's
Not one cheek moved.
I heard it's bread.
Bread?
Yeah, carbs.
I heard it was bread that gives you booty.
That's
Yeah.
right, carbs.
Well, I'm going to have to eat some more bread.
Do it.
Yeah.
They do it.
Just do it.
You the one that wants a man right now.
I don't want to sit there and get them attracted to my butt.
Well,
It's
that's
supposed to be me.
no. You have to do the visuals first.
Oh,
and
that's
then the rest
messed up.
comes.
People
Well,
should
Yeah,
love
for
you
men,
your
yeah.
personality.
Yeah.
For
not
men
your
it
looks.
is.
That's
For
right.
men is
Men are visual, that's
men
right.
are visual
You think-
creatures.
You know
See?
what? I'm going to be that way too.
No,
I got to
it's
see
true.
what you look like first.
It's true. Mm-hmm.
Turn around.
Oh, yeah.
Let me see the hole.
That's
Women
right.
like personality, and men like what you look like first, and then your personality comes second.
Right. That's right.
See, he agrees with me.
That's exactly
I know
right.
what I'm talking about.
I
Well,
heard-
then I'm going to have to
That's
buy me
right.
some good bread.
Yep. Buy you some bread. The
Is
thing
there
is,
specifics?
Maybe bunny bread.
Is there avocado?
Get some bunny bread.
right.
Then what they need to do is make avocado
That's what
bread.
I should make. I should create like a bread that says booty,
Booty bread.
Yeah,
Booty bread. Get
right.
your booty.
Hey, you're the entrepreneur here.
Yeah,
Go
booty
for
bread.
Not to be
Shoot.
confused with making it rain.
Shit, 50 Cent probably bought that idea already. Shit.
Oh,
Can't
you
say shit out
copyright
there,
it.
you know.
Copyright it.
He got more money than me. I can't copyright
He's
it right
only
now.
got 50 cents.
No.
He
No,
might
girl.
now.
No, girl, that man got money. Everybody owe him money too.
Right. Works both ways for sure. That's hilarious. Yeah. So, getting back to the social media thing and everything, but see, you learned something today.
Yeah, I got to
learned
go buy
something.
bunny bread.
That's right. You sure are. Oh yeah.
That
So
is my booty bread.
so I heard John Tesh on the radio last night saying about the same thing. So they did a study and they asked so many women, would you prefer the nice buff muscular look to a guy or the dad bod or whatever? So
Ew.
70% of the people would rather like the
dad
dad bod.
Negative, Ghost Rider.
Right. I'm not talking about fat and sloppy and just blah, but I'm just
Yeah.
talking about just a regular person.
Just an average body.
As a
Well, an average body won't cheat on you.
No, that's a lie.
Yeah, then I don't
Uh-oh.
want any of them.
Uh-oh.
They all
Hang
do.
on a second now.
That's
Hang
a
on.
lie. No matter what they look like, I'm telling you, they could be very, very, very unattractive, and they could be very, very super attractive, and in between, and they still cheat on you. You
What
can't
is
stop.
with
We
men
can't.
are so stupid.
Yeah.
No offense, man.
Well,
No offense.
I agree.
but-
No
I
offense.
agree.
No offense, but
So this is what I told
It's
Jason.
true.
I told you the other day, remember? Because I was going like, we're talking about who we associate with. I've always gravitated toward, and that we'll take that call later, but I've always gravitated toward, associating with women. Whenever I see a group of people, I would always just gravitate toward the ladies for some reason. And there's a reason behind that, I think. Kind of come my upbringing, but I find that women, they think, but this is from a man's perspective.
Yeah.
You guys have a different perspective with yourself, but I find that women talk about things that are more interesting to me and more conversational.
like
Men,
booty bread.
yes, men want to talk about sports and drinking,
Yeah.
and hunting and fishing, and all this other stuff and everything. I mean, just
Business, whatever,
right?
job
Exactly.
related.
Right.
Cars.
I can't hang around with a group of men. I'm sorry. It just doesn't work. It doesn't.
No.
So anyway, that's me.
Well, I don't have no
Well-
guy friends either. So actually,
Right.
I mean, I
You
work at
can't,
Life
apparently.
Fisheries,
I'm
but-
sure you can't if you can't have Facebook.
Right. Exactly.
Facebook's bad. I'm trying to be good.
Facebook
Right.
is not bad.
No,
It's only what
It's
you
just
make.
it's just how you use it.
It's only
That's
what you make
true.
of it. That's
that's
right.
true.
And that's not even to mention all the other platforms that we can talk about a little bit later. But let's backtrack one more time. So let's go back. Let's go back to the part
You're
where
a backtracker.
Yes, he is.
right.
That's what a
'Cause,
man's
I'm
for.
kinda-
beep, beep, beep.
I got all these little sub
Back it
things.
up.
So let's
Yes.
go back up to right here.
Okay.
So at the point in time in your life when you go like, okay, so the job, no, that's
Oh,
behind
yes,
me and everything.
yes,
I've got
yes.
to do something in my life and everything.
Yes.
You decided several different things that you're doing now. What did you decide that you wanted to do with your life once you got rid of the nursing thing?
Yeah.
Well, I've always, I was working on the reality show already. But my husband, who doesn't like to compliment me so much,
Oh.
but does say I'm a marketing genius. Like,
Yes.
I'm really great at finding avenues to promote on a very free or cheap price.
Mm-hmm.
Like I always find new ways to promote anything. Like so then I was like, okay, cool. And I love it. Like I love marketing. I love finding ways to promote things and new ways. And so I was like, okay, well, and then I have so much experience in social media. I have a huge following on all the platforms, and it's like, okay, people always message me and like, hey, how, you know, I want to be like you. How did you do that? Da, 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 da. Like, that's when I was like, okay, maybe I'll just teach people how to do it, since like everyone's always asking me, how did you do that? How did you do a TV show? How did you do this? How did you write a book? Da, 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 da. So I was like, well, that's it. Like, everything that I've learned, I can teach other people to do it.
Yes.
Yep.
So that's
Very
like,
good.
so then I was like, okay, I'm just gonna, well, I already had a production company because I was doing the reality show. And then, so I was like, well, I'll just do my marketing agency with that. And then it just like went on fire. Like everybody.
Yeah, one thing after another. What you got, Tim?
You can keep talking.
Okay, so like everybody was asking me that all the time throughout my career.
Yeah.
It's like, how did you get so many followings? How did you do this? How did you become an influencer? How did So I was like, okay, I'll just help other people.
Yes.
You know,
That's great.
do that too. So then that's when I was like, oh, great. So then I kind of obsessed with the idea, and I love learning and I love figuring things out. And because I've had the experience and the skills that I've gained in the past things I've done, like I already knew. So like I've always been into business. So I've had like I've had other smaller businesses that I've tried to do. So for example, I did a subscription box, right? So with the subscription box, I had to learn how to do retail, outsource my stuff, where to buy it from, where to get where do I get the products, how to market that, how to, you know, like I've learned from that. And then with the podcast too, I had started a podcast. I've learned how to do all the engineering stuff, you know, creating websites.
Yeah,
I did all
technical
that
stuff.
Yeah.
You know, so when you're an entrepreneur, we kind of like have to learn things on our own.
Right.
And so from all the skills I've gained in the past decade has prepared me to do what I do. So like I could start up a business like that.
That's
for
great.
anybody. So.
That is awesome. That's very, very good. Well, so as everybody's just watching the show right now knows that, you know, you, like I said, you're a marketing genius, social media platforms. You help people get their brand out, help them, you know, advertise about themselves and what they do and everything. So if anybody's watching right now and they want to call and ask Kandy any questions about anything, we talked about dating. I mean, all the stuff that you got. We'll open up to anything. Dating advice, branding your band or yourself, whatever. You know, social media questions. If anybody's got any questions, call right now, and that's 225-713-5099. 225-713-5099. Give us a call right now. I think your friend from Maryland was calling earlier.
Yeah, Sean, if you're still there, you can give us a call.
Yes.
But you know how I got into dating? Is that a phone call? Okay. How I got to like the whole like
advice for dating and everything.
Yeah, so like you're supposed to have a niche when you're doing if you're starting out in a business and you want to have your own business, you want to pick a niche, right? So a niche could be anything that you like doing. It could be anything. So I thought at the time I was like, well, maybe dating's my niche, right? So I did it was funny because I was single at the time. It was the first time I've been dating. I've been in back-to-back relationships. And my you know, that was a very horrific relationship. And so I've been single for the first time, and I was like, oh my God, this is what dating is like. So I would post on my Facebook all the time. I would complain about all the dates I went on, how people are, how men are, da 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 da. Well, that stirred up a lot of people. Now people can relate to relationships. Everybody's been in a relationship. So then everybody kept chiming into then I started talking about everything that you can name of. And some of my topics were very controversial and very taboo. So then I got reported a lot. So I was like, okay, I can't keep getting reported. I'm going to lose my Facebook. So I created a Facebook group called Dating iKandy. So I created a community called Dating iKandy because these are I would vlog it. My adventures of dating and my experiences, and I would try to get people's input about it and their experiences. And people, that comes with social media, is when you want an audience, you always want to talk about them, right? So Facebook was great with that because I would ask my audience, well, did you have these experiences? And people want to talk,
right?
So that's how I created conversations on Facebook, and I created a community on dating. Cool. So then that started, and then that went to the podcast, and I was like, after the baby, I was like, well, let's make it into a reality show, and that's where Kocktales Kandy came from. And Kocktales is spelled like Kocktales, like the story, like a tale. Because the point of this reality show is to have a story. You're sharing a story with me. But it's what we do. It's a reality show, like Keeping Up with the Kardashians and Love and Hip Hop, minus the drama. But it follows me around and with my friends, and we would do things together and talk about a topic on that one episode would be a topic that I just choose, and we would have a conversation like you would have a conversation with your girlfriend. So it's just like a regular conversation that we're having, and then we would have. So then people can relate and understand.
I like that.
And it gives a different perspective. So like what I do, mine's a little bit different. So like it's not just like a regular. I don't just pick regular topics. So for example, one of them is a side chick, but I pick their topics is side chicks. But I actually picked a side chick who was my friend who was a side chick. So it gives the audience a perspective of what a side chick is going through, through, and what because we always like side chicks, we have all our feelings and our judgments and stuff like that, we know. But then the episode really shows what it's like to be a side chick, how she even got to that point, and why did she you know what I'm saying? So that gives the audience like, oh, okay, like they're forced to see that perspective.
That's great. That's very good.
And so like then with that comes understanding, and when you have understanding of something, you're not as mean or harsh or judgmental.
Right. That's awesome.
So,
that's great.
And then it's supposed to help you find solutions to your relationship. So it's a great show. It's
That's
a great
awesome.
show.
That is very, very good. Yeah. So once again, if you want to call in, it's 225 area code 713-5099. Call with your questions for Kandy Robertson, our special guest today, and she'll be glad to talk about whatever you want to talk about today. And just call back, if we get a chance. So, yeah, that's great. So let's talk about your social media. I guess particularly how you're using that to help other people with their brands and everything. So, talk about whatever you want to talk about as far as Facebook, Instagram. So just give some suggestions. Right, Chapsnat, how she likes to call it. Right. So just give us some different things, little things that kind of throw out there.
Okay. Well, like, for example, I guess, like I said, Facebook is a very conversational platform, and it's great for, actually, a lot of my business comes from Facebook. Okay, so there's different, platforms. There's LinkedIn that everyone doesn't
LinkedIn's cool.
Right.
LinkedIn
Now here,
is
you can
great.
live stream from LinkedIn. Is that true?
And really?
Yeah, you can do a lot with LinkedIn. I've kind of just started playing around with LinkedIn, and I've actually learned a lot of things. They're very, it's a different atmosphere.
It is more professional.
It is, and it's funny to me because it's like, you're on my Facebook though. So I know you can be fake and be professional on this platform, but I know how you really are on Saturday night. You know what I'm saying?
It's out there.
Yeah, so it's like, I'm like this with it, because then with LinkedIn wants you to start a conversation with them before you start selling, right? People want to sell something on LinkedIn, whether their services or they hire me or I need to look for someone to hire, right? So people don't want to just like jump into their goal is to have like a relationship, start off with a relationship first, like because there's media people on there that's watching. Yeah, there's a lot of like media, ABC, Fox, all that stuff. Everybody's on there and they're watching you, and you want their attention if you're like a brand or a business, right? But you can't just jump and be their friend and like, hey,
watch me.
Right.
So it's a more slower process with LinkedIn.
Now they use the same pictures a lot of times on Facebook and LinkedIn because that's the same picture.
So like I'm very brand. I stick to my brand, and you like me how I am. Like, so I'm not going to. It's funny, but I tell people, be true to yourself, be authentic, no matter what situation, what environment you're in, because you're you, and you want them to like you for you, not your fake, not your professional you, because you're not like that 24/7, right?
Right.
Okay, so all my pictures on my LinkedIn is the same pictures you see on my Facebook or Instagram, because that's who you're gonna meet, who you're gonna see, and that's who I am, and I still get clients, so it doesn't really matter. It really doesn't matter. I think it's really how you interact, how you portray yourself to, like, So like I get a lot of like, oh, why is your name iKandy? Da, 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 da.
Right.
It says a stripper name. Da, 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 da.
Right.
Okay, so back in the day, iKandy came from the TV show iCarly.
Oh yeah.
Yep. I remember watching it with my kids.
iCarly was huge, and I was in a dream. I just finished watching iCarly, and I was like, oh, I can just be iKandy and just have my own name separate from my personal, like, you know, Beyonce has Sasha Fierce, right? So it's like I can be Kandy. But people, you know, and it was funny because it was like, you know,
play on words,
and everyone thought it was, you know, I was trying to be iKandy.
Right.
And it's funny because I had a bunch of little kids, like younger kids, on my Facebook page, my iKandy page, and you're like, well, you're not iKandy. I was like, well, you know, back in the day, like 20 years ago, I was iKandy, and like, and it's like, but that's not like the point, but like, it's like internet. I'm in the social media world. It's internet, like iPod, iPad. So that's iKandy. That's where that came from, and that's where I do the candy thing. So a long time ago, I had someone that was like, you know, I think you should change your name because they wanted me to be a part of their company, and I was like, no. I've already established a following. It's not as big as it was now, but I already established a following.
Yeah, why change something that's working for you?
Right, because they're like, well, if I have you on my company, people are going to look you up and think you're like a prostitute or a stripper.
That's so stereotyping.
I was like, no. I said, no, it's my brand. And it's going to get to the point where when you say iKandy, you're going to just think of a person.
Yeah.
You're going to just see my visions, right? You're not going to see.
Almost like a trademark.
Yeah, it's going to become like... You know, like Lamborghini. What the hell's the word Lamborghini?
Yeah, really.
Think of it. Like, if you break it down, what the hell is a Lamborghini?
Yeah.
Right? That sounds freaking funny. Like,
so does Bugatti. So does Maserati.
Maserati. What the hell is all that? Right? We don't know. Right. But it became a brand, and we put a car to it. So once it becomes a brand, you know, like Hasbro. What's Hasbro? But you know, it's a toy company.
Exactly.
Right? So it's just, that's where my brand is going. In fact, that is the direction it's going. People don't really think about it anymore. But back in the day, they did like, oh, you should change your name. No, I'm sticking to my brand. And that's who I am. And that's what it's going to keep going. And that's so it's funny because that's where iKandyland came from.
Okay.
So like I'm the only iKandyland with the K. I'm the only iKandy.
If you look it up on Google.
I stuck to my niche. I stuck to my brand. I stuck to who I am, and it just kept going. You know, you just can't give up.
And like you said earlier, it takes so much time to build that up. You don't want you don't want to change something.
10 years.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, right.
10 years.
It's like just tearing down everything you've done for the past 10 years and starting over again.
But then I fought through that. No, I really fought through that when I was doing human trafficking. I had people back out, sponsors back out because, oh, your name's iKandy and you're a model. And I was like, so what? Like, so what? So because you think that, but you would take a Victoria's Secret model any day and do an event with her because she's famous.
That's okay because they're going belly up anyway.
Well, I'm just saying, back in the day, like but they're still a model.
Because they're more commercial, I guess you could say, more mainstream commercial.
But they're still a model, so that doesn't make any sense to me because you'd still work with someone else just because they got a name.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, so.
well,
I'm glad you stuck to your guns on that. That's good.
Yeah, I did. I
That's
totally
great.
did. So like I'm iKandy everything. iKandyland, Twitter, Instagram.
Yes, keep
YouTube,
it the same.
Everything's the same.
Right.
Yeah, remain consistent, and that's how you build your brand if you stay consistent.
So let me ask you this about all the different platforms and everything. I've been doing some research myself, and I read on the internet that Instagram is the place to be right now for marketing, right?
Instagram's my favorite platform.
Yes, talk about that.
And actually, I teach Instagram in my company. I teach Instagram growth. And I teach people how to grow the Instagram.
There's so much stuff to do on Instagram.
Instagram is my favorite. You can do so many things.
Yes,
right. You can do, so it's a visual platform. You can showcase yourself. The stories are awesome.
Yes.
The stories you have live because the stories are great. So what I tell people to utilize your stories.
That's what I'm trying to get them to do.
You have to utilize your stories as if it's like a TV.
Right.
Right. And because on Instagram, you only can see pictures. There's no personality.
Right.
And if you want people to stay following, you got to give them yourself. Right.
Right.
So stories on Instagram is a huge way to gain followers and keep them.
Right.
They have, and then you have, if you get to a certain amount of followers, like 10K, you can get the swipe up feature where you can add the link. If you seen on when I was doing on my, you can actually swipe it up. Okay. People are lazy.
I'll never get 10,000. I can't even get 200.
Yeah, it takes time.
It takes time. Trust me, it took time. But like, I tell a lot of my clients and my students or my business friends, but with social media world, you have to make your audience life very easy.
Yeah.
Okay, so you make sure. So when they add the swipe up feature, people and you tell them, hey, go to my website. People are not going to go to your website. You got to have it right there in their face.
That right.
So with the swipe up feature, you're like, okay, well, swipe up and you're there. You're at the website.
Right, boom.
So
see, that's cool. I like that.
and you have to have 10K to get to that feature. And there's so many features. Like now they have so Instagram has the personal Instagram, you have the business Instagram, and then you have the creator.
I have the business one too.
So
I like that one.
Yeah. So I have the creator profile, but that's for influencers, and that's actually their algorithm is different. They have different features.
So what's an influencer?
An influencer is someone that can change people's mind into purchasing something or using something.
Right, kind of sway them in that direction.
Yeah. So and they have a following. So let's say if their niche is fashion and they have a big following, those are influencers because they will wear your outfits and people are like, oh, I'm gonna wear that because she wore that. So that's what influencer is. So so cool. I'm gonna do that because she did that. I'm gonna eat that because she would eat there.
Yes.
Because she's popular. That person is popular. He or she is popular, and that's an influencer.
Yes.
An influencer is a very popular person that can influence people to do or eat or whatever.
Well, we need to be influencers.
Yes, we do. That's very interesting. That's amazing. And the cool part about it is this all came about as a result of our marketing and studies that they've done.
Yeah.
This is all scientific studies that they've done. And say we can break it up into 3 different parts here. According to our studies, these people do this and this and this and this. So it's a proven thing that works.
Right.
Which is really, really cool.
Right. So they even have influencer marketing, which they tell business owners to use influencers to help them build their business.
Yeah,
too.
that makes sense.
So so where certain influencers, you have to pay them. It's like advertising. They're a business too. So you have to pay influencers to use your shirt, wear your shirt, eat your food, come here, come there.
Right.
So that way,
to her Dave.
Right.
So
absolutely.
that way they can, their followers will eat there and wear that outfit or wear that makeup.
Right.
That's.
Yeah.
So there's people who actually, they suggest that you use influencers because they have the audience.
We're about to get us a hot sauce on.
Yeah, she had a great idea. We had some local chefs out here, Cody and Samantha Carroll, that own Hot-Tails. They were on the Food
need to
Network.
eat there before you leave. It's pretty.
They were on the Food Network, and they had a reality show on the Food Network. They live over here, right just north of New Roads. And so they've kind of proposed something about maybe doing a little food segment for the show, and maybe going to your kitchen or something and do some stuff. She said we need to get some
hot sauce and our brand name on it.
Right. Dave K Show hot sauce or something.
Yeah, that's so cute.
Right.
Yeah, you can.
We're working on the coffee mugs next to give the people and everything. So
and I want to get bumper stickers. Not really bumper stickers, but the clear ones that stick on the windows.
Yeah, little decal things.
I like to get those, hand them out for the guests if they want.
That they can pull off.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so what would you suggest to a person, because there's so many different things you can do, you can kind of just get mind boggled over everything. So, and I mean, it's almost like you need a staff of people sometimes to keep up with this.
Yeah.
I'm checking all these things. I got an Instagram on my phone. I got, all the stuff to check. Facebook.
Yeah, that's why. So that's where the social media marketing agencies come in. And something that's very common around now in this day of age is people lack the social media skills. So they outsource social media marketing agencies like me or experts to help them run their social media. Because it's really, you just think social media, but social media is it's a lot of work. Okay, and it's very extensive. It's very
time consuming.
Very time consuming because a lot of these business owners want to run their business, but they know they need to run their social media too if they want to get clients or sales. Because that's so. Social media is great for marketing and sales because 500 billion users log in every day.
Yep.
Okay, every day they log in to either Instagram, Facebook, or whatever.
Amazing.
So that's free advertisement. Really, they're in their phone all day long, and 24/7. So you want to utilize social media because that's where you can get people to come buy your food or be a client for your business.
Right.
Yeah, and it's free too, like you said.
It's free. You just have to be active. And the problem is you're too busy to be active. So
Right.
you hire people like me or other agencies to run their social media for them so they can get more clients. So now they can actually do the things that they want to do and enjoy and actually make more money.
Right.
So that's what I was talking when we were talking about like the billboards. So billboards are great because, oh, yeah, I'm on the billboard, you know what I'm saying? But like billboards are costly.
Yes.
They're costly and old fashioned.
Yes, they are.
So like social media saves you a lot of money, especially Facebook, Instagram ads are the best way to advertise because you can actually target people that will buy your stuff. And I mean like target people like, I'm not saying, okay, let's target 30-year-old women. No, these are going to be people who actually probably want. Facebook has artificial intelligence. They're a part of Instagram. They both do that. They watch what you do, everybody, what they do, what they like, what they watch. So when you target on Facebook, they will find those people who like the shit that you like or will buy the stuff that you sell.
That's
or
incredible.
will need your
Wow.
services because they watch them, look for services. Have you noticed when you look at stuff and
It
all of a
pops
sudden
up
it
on your
pops up
account?
because
That
they
freaks me
know.
out.
Because you probably been on your Facebook, Instagram looking at the same cats and dogs.
Even when you talk about something, I think the thing records
Yes.
your voice.
I don't
think
like that.
yeah. So like for example, your cats and dogs thing. You probably on cats and dogs all day long. But when you go on your timeline on Instagram, it's all cats and dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It knows exactly what you like. And so let's say I'm a food, like a pet person that sells food, pet food, like you know what I'm saying. They would target you because you watch cats all day long.
Yeah.
And Instagram, Facebook knows that. So when I do run that Facebook ad for like let's say Petco, you're gonna see all the Petco ads,
Right.
because you watch, you
Mine's
watch cats.
clothes though, and the funny thing is, I don't really pull up anything on clothes. I mean,
On clothes?
like I go online, I look at like Walmart or have a Walmart app, and then all of a sudden when I go,
So
on
you don't
Instagram,
like
Walmart's
you
there.
like everything's connected.
I don't
Everything
know
on
that
the
I like
internet
that.
is connected.
It's
Like
amazing.
even if you Google anything, it's gonna come. It's gonna pop. All that is connected.
I know in this
In the
crazy
web.
world.
I guess like when your
Yeah.
device is accessing all these different things, it gets maybe the IP address or something to these people, and,
That's why-
it goes back to you or whatever.
That's why I don't do the face recognition.
I don't like that
They
either.
say that is a bad
Right.
tool.
But it doesn't matter. It's already on Facebook. You guys didn't realize, like when you take pictures, it already recognizes who your friends are.
That's
Yes, it
another
does.
reason why I
It
got
says
off
tag,
of it.
tag your friends, and
it
it already
creeped me
has
out.
that name, and it's exactly that
And
person.
you
Like,
can't
how did you
reverse
do
it.
that?
It's
That creeped
done.
me out.
Yeah,
Your
it's
face.
already. It's already done.
Yeah.
It's too late.
Too late.
I'm gonna change my face. Something's
And
gonna
they'll
have to
still
change.
recognize you. It's
This
weird
is-
because you're like, it's a profile picture of me, but you know it's me. It's weird.
I know, and
Yeah.
it's,
Like
but then it'll put you
Yeah.
with some people that you, and it's like, that's not me. Why are you? I don't even look like her.
I don't know about that. I haven't.
It's done that before.
Facebook does that to me every now and then. There's a guy in Baton Rouge that looks just like me.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I
And
see.
I always get this other guy that's trying to tag me on
Tag,
his Facebook.
yeah.
We look just alike.
Yeah.
That's scary.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
You ever
Right.
seen that Tom Hanks movie? I don't know, was it Vanilla Sky or something, where they did the eyeballs, and it's like they could tell a person where they were going and what they were doing.
I think
based
they
on
do
their
that
eyeballs.
now.
It's scary. It's so
Wow.
bad that he had to pluck his eyeballs out and put somebody else's in so they wouldn't know it was him.
Right. That's based on real stuff, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
it's real stuff. I'm sure it's. I believe it's how in
I
the
don't like that.
military. I'm sure that's in the military.
Right.
Don't like it.
It's amazing. And if we only knew how far the tentacles reached in society as far as for advertising and pull people in, you know. Why do you think Walmart surveils you from the time you get in their building to the time you leave? We self-checkouts, they're looking at you in cameras. They got cameras up
They
here.
know.
When you walk in the door, they got cameras. They know what you bought, when you entered the
Yep.
store,
Yeah,
when you
now
left.
you're on this big screen.
No, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, they
I don't
know
like
everything.
that.
They know everything.
Right.
And whatever you buy online, they know what you bought, what you like.
It don't matter if you
so
steal
when
anything.
so as a business, they do that for as a business, we target those people.
Mm-hmm.
So if people don't know how to use Facebook ads properly, you guys kind of just default. Facebook is smart because they don't want you to learn how to do it, but like Facebook does a default target for you, and you just for people who don't know, and they just follow the default way to do Facebook ads. So you're actually spending a lot of money for like very little reach.
That's just. I want to ask you about that. So you see on the feeds where it says boost your post or whatever.
Yeah, I've seen
Yes,
that.
I said don't do that.
That's Instagram, huh?
Tell us about
Don't do
that.
that.
Tell
don't
us
do
about
that. Don't do that because they're just they already have a target audience for that because based on your previous ad, and so they'll say boost your post for let's say $50, and then you only get to see 900. So 900 people, that's a reach. Reach means 900 people seeing your ad, right? But it's advertising. It's advertising. So it means like the more you spend or the more people see, the more people will purchase, maybe purchase, right? So even if you spend a little bit of money, your reach is not going to go that far, and you're not going to get any clients.
So Facebook is laughing all the way to the bank on this one.
Yeah. So when you do the default, they know that people are not going to know how to use. It's so many ways. There's so many. When you go to the ads manager, they don't even use ads. See, people don't even know how to use ads manager. They probably don't even know what an ads manager is because Facebook automatically say boost post, boost post, boost post. You boost it because you think that's advertising, you know? But no, you have to really break it down in your ads manager, who you want to be seen, where it's going, what city.
I just saw that last week. I just saw that. I was playing around with the age group and everything. You can target your audience.
Yeah, but like even with the boost post, that's really generic. So you have to do everything on your ads manager.
Okay.
Because that's like So if you're gonna do ads, you do everything on your ads manager, not your boost post. You're wasting money doing the boost post. I always tell people don't do boost posts.
So tell me this: Twitter. How relevant is Twitter nowadays?
Twitter's still hanging on. People still like Twitter. I think celebrities use Twitter because it's just like, it's like just only for statuses or comment like posts.
Didn't they increase the number of words that you could put on recently?
A little bit. It was 140, which was lame.
That's messed up when they do that.
And
because we got a lot to say.
Right.
Yeah. So now you can actually, and then they attach your link. So let's say they all can be attached. So Twitter, you can attach Twitter to your Facebook. So I do that with my Facebook. So that way I don't have to deal with Twitter. So everything that I post on Facebook goes to Twitter.
That's great.
But they actually see what you see on my Facebook that you see on your Twitter.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, that's cool.
Save you some time.
That's very interesting.
Yeah. You can do that with Instagram too. If you post on Instagram, you can get it to where it posts on your Facebook too.
Cool.
You can pick any of your pages too.
That saves a lot of time for sure. So we're going to open up the phone lines again. We're going to probably be shutting it down pretty soon. I know we passed the 1 hour mark and everything, but if you want to call in, area code 225-713-5099. Ask our guest, Kandy Robertson, anything you want to ask about dating, about social media, about branding, or anything like that, or Datha or me about anything you want to ask too. So call that number once again, 225-713-5099, and we'll be glad to take your call while we're going to be on in the next few minutes. So, Timmy, what's our time looking like? Hour and 30. Wow, that's great.
Good.
That's awesome. That's awesome. We got a few more things to talk about before we shut it down, but that's great. So, YouTube. So, anything about YouTube that you could talk to us about?
YouTube is great. So Instagram first, and then I said YouTube.
Okay.
YouTube is great. Everyone goes on YouTube for everything.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Everything.
But so now you talk about a whole different set of skills. You gotta be able to use your camera and your phone, edit, and all this other stuff.
Oh yeah, I know how to do all that stuff. I did my husband's music video one time.
Oh,
it
great.
came
I
out
saw
good.
that. I saw that.
I was like, yeah, I learned how to do that.
Not bad.
I did that. I learned how to do that.
Not bad.
And because I'm an artist, so I know how to do. I can do the visuals, and it's fun.
Yes.
I don't know. I like doing stuff like that. So yeah.
Yes, if you want to be creative, that's a good way to be creative for sure.
So yeah, YouTube is great for if you're an influencer or a brand, or if you're a personal brand, like you want to brand yourself, not just your business, yourself. People want to see you. So YouTube is great for that. So like for example, I would have to go on YouTube and make like a video of myself giving advice to whatever topic I choose. People will come. We do that all the time. How to do this, how to do that, and where do we go? YouTube.
Yeah.
Right.
How to fix
anything you
know,
want.
How you put a faucet in.
Yeah, how you put a faucet in.
Right.
How you change it, how you change this,
So
how you change your oil.
Datha did that. The faucet.
Learn how to do the faucet.
What do we do? We go to YouTube to look for how to do it. So YouTube is great. YouTube is great for that.
That's
I
incredible.
don't think everyone has TV anymore. Like we don't even have cable.
We got it, but I don't watch it. I got basic cable. I don't even watch that.
Netflix, Prime,
everything's on our
YouTube.
phone.
Well, our smart TVs.
That's what I was saying. Like the best way to advertise is through social media. It's the cheapest and fastest way to get people, followers, an audience, clients, sales, anything. Because everybody's on their phone 24/7.
You're right.
That is amazing.
So to be on, you have to be on the road to see billboards.
Yes, you do. Yeah,
A lot of us are stuck in Baton Rouge traffic for 45 an hour.
Right,
plus.
that's true. Digital billboards are a little bit better because at least
digital billboards are actually cheaper.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, they are. So that's why I did it more for a novelty to get our thing up there because it was pretty cool. It's the only thing in town.
Cool.
Yeah, what's the guy that? What's his name?
Dustin Shotland.
Yeah, he's really cool. He helped us out with it.
His dad owns a bunch of nursing homes, and
He hooked up you with the thing.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you guys an insight here.
Yes, definitely.
You can use blip boards. You heard of blip boards?
I saw those on the ads. Yes.
Yeah, use blip boards.
Yeah, blip boards.
What's a blip board?
Yeah.
A blip board is a digital ad like you see.
Oh.
You know how it flips? You know how you see that they call it a blip. Because you know how when our billboard was up, it flips.
Rotates.
It rotates, right?
Every
so
10
they call
seconds.
it a blip, right? So theirs is the same way. You can buy it for as many. Your budget is so cool. Your budget could be $1 a day. Okay, so it just ranges on how many people see it or how much traffic there is. You can buy it anywhere in the nation.
So like you could get one here even though we don't have one?
You can, yeah, I had one here with Kocktales and Kandy.
Well, then we need to get one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how does that work? If I were to want to put our sign
You
up
can
there,
do it out now, today.
and where would it show at?
Whatever Blipboards buys billboard stand posts.
So you talk about physical billboards
yeah,
out.
just
So
like
you could do
would
like
see.
paper billboards?
Just like the ones that we see.
Really?
Yeah, that's
I
the
didn't
one that
know
you
that.
have ours up. I
It would
figured
be
that's
our
what you
billboard?
did. Yeah,
It would be our billboard.
it would be your billboard
Well,
with other people.
Oh, what do
But
you
you
need
would
other
really-
people?
It rotated, like you said. It would
It
blip
rotates
every
like
10 seconds or whatever.
Yeah, it rotates, and then you only. So it depends on how long it rotates or how often it rotates based on your budget.
Okay.
You get it? So like,
wow.
theirs is every 10 seconds.
$1 for 1 second. Psh, that's it.
No, you can still get it for the 8 to 10 seconds.
Oh, okay.
It's just how often does it come up.
Oh, right.
So you might have to wait
Yeah.
every 10 minutes
And
or
that's
every
messed
30
up.
minutes.
Yeah,
Right.
the longer
But
you wait.
But the more you
The
put
more
money
you
on
pay.
it. But
That
it's
is so
cheap.
cool.
You can do it as $10,
Wow.
$50 a week. You can do it. You can start and stop it whenever you want. You can change your board anytime you want, and
Right.
you can buy it anywhere.
And location too, like
Any
you're saying. Yeah, we do
location.
Irwinville, like you talk about racks and everything over there.
You can
yeah.
do anywhere.
Wow, that is
like
so
anywhere.
cool.
You can, like if you
Yeah.
were to have a hair salon, you're an online boutique. You can get you get your sales off online. So why not have a
Wow.
billboard in LA, Miami,
So-
Atlanta, New
Super
York?
cool.
It don't matter.
Dude, that's amazing.
It would tap off the billboard that's already there, or it's a whole new billboard?
It's the one they bought.
Okay.
They buy Blipboards buy billboards all over the country.
So if
You
we
would
don't
use-
have another digital one out here, they would make one, is what you're saying?
There's another digital one because it's the one I use. I can't remember where it's at, but yeah, they
Hmm.
bought one in Baton Rouge. A few of them. There's a few of them
Wow.
in Louisiana.
That is amazing. I love it.
Uh-huh.
Well, we're definitely gonna check on that for sure.
They
Definitely.
probably put one out here.
They
Oh,
have
yeah.
one out here.
It's in this
Not out
area, the
in-
New Rose
it's in-
area,
I don't know if it's new. It's
Yeah, I don't
somewhere.
think
around
it's
the
out
Baton
here.
Rouge area.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you would have
Baton
to
Rouge.
like, yeah, you would have to. But you can like this Dave K show is on YouTube. You
Right.
want people everywhere to see
That's
it.
what I told him.
So you can do it Texas, Atlanta,
Yeah. I
told him
anywhere,
that.
Yeah,
anywhere.
yeah.
I also
Yes.
told him
Anywhere.
do short videos and put them on Instagram too.
We're gonna
Yeah,
work on
you
that.
have to do
3-minute videos, the
Right.
fun parts.
Right,
Yeah.
right. You have to do
Yes.
that. You
Yeah.
have to work on your Instagram. Sorry, I looked at your
Yes,
Instagram.
we need to
Yeah,
do
I
that.
Looked
told
at your
him
Instagram.
that.
So I was gonna ask you, what would you suggest for the Dave K show for our little startup, and which is for anybody really, but I mean, would use us as a model.
Mm-hmm.
So as to where we are right now, so this is what we got right now. We started
People
off.
will judge you. I'm telling you, people will judge you, and I'm not lying. It's the facts. People judge you based on your social media, right? Especially
Yes.
Instagram because
That's
it's
the
a
way it
visual
is.
platform. They're gonna come to your, and that's the first thing I do. When I hear about anybody, I will look you up on Instagram and see how many followers you have, what's your engagement like, what
Yes.
the quality. Your quality means a lot. Okay, and then he's
Right.
professional. Oh, he got a good following. Oh, da 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 da. And the captions mean a lot too. So make sure you have.
Yeah.
So for example, I'm gonna give you a tip. If you're going to do a video on Instagram, your captions gotta be short and sweet, and then tell them, put the link of the video
Yep.
in your, because you can change it at any time. Put the link in your link in bio, put it in the bio, and tell them click link in bio. You have to tell people
Yeah.
what to do. People are
Right.
freaking lazy.
Right.
Right.
And then they have everybody got ADHD, everyone got ADD.
Right.
So you gotta tell people, look, on all your posts, make a short, sweet caption. Watch the full video. Here's the link. Click the link in the
Right.
bio. Do not put the link. Oh my God, people do this all the time. I even give advice to people.
Wow.
Do not copy and paste your YouTube link. It's no link. It doesn't
Right.
pop up on the.
You are so
Right,
bad
right.
about
I
that,
know.
though.
Yeah, 'cause I didn't
No.
know, but now
no
I know.
one. You can't copy. I can't click
I
on.
know,
I can't
I
click
hate
on your
that.
Didn't know
Instagram
that.
post and click on the link. It's not
Right.
highlighted.
No.
Okay.
And then you can't. And then I can't copy and paste it either.
Okay, well,
So
yeah,
you
so
have
it's
to
useless.
It's
Right.
useless.
Wow.
So
Okay.
you would tell people. People will have to type in HTTP.
Oh my gosh, no.
www. And then
That's
all
a
the
lot.
Not gonna happen.
there, no one's gonna do it. No one's
No.
gonna watch it.
Not
They're
gonna
gonna just go
happen.
no.
No.
So in this
Just wasting my
world,
time.
it's instant gratification. ADHD. You got to remember that. Whatever you do, you gotta tell people. click the link in the bio. So
right.
if you're doing the clip today, put the link in the bio.
In
you
the
can change
bio,
it
right.
anytime. Whatever promotion you're using for the day or for the month, you can put it in the bio. Tell people click the link in the bio. Put the arrows there. Put the fingers there. I don't care how you do it.
Right.
Just make sure you like, hey, click the link in the bio.
Can you put more than one link or just one at a time, or how does that work?
Use only. Okay, so I use Linktree because I have so many platforms.
Linktree, okay.
Linktree is linktr.ee.
Okay.
Okay, and so Linktree is like a platform where it showcases all your links. So you can have millions of links, but shows very clearly what they are. Is titled. So like I have a website, I have a book place. So I was like, go buy my book. It will say book. Like let's say my title is book, and then the link. So you just click on my Linktree. You go to my profile, and all these links there, and you can just click whatever link you want to see. You know,
like
so
one-stop
you can
shop.
do one-stop shop. Yeah.
Yeah.
But for shows like this, you can just alternate your links.
Very good. Yes, we're gonna start
Time
doing
frame
that
on
for sure.
videos 3 minutes.
Videos.
Yeah, I would probably do 1 to 2.
Do you
don't
have
have to
IGTV? You have to download IGTV app.
Yes, IGTV,
okay.
right.
Yeah.
Yes, another
Okay,
one, yeah.
for you guys, use IGTV.
Yeah.
Okay, and then it automatically posts.
Yeah,
because
it only gives you a small portion if you do the regular video.
Yeah, 30 seconds on the Instagram post. But then what you do is you do upload to IGTV, and it'll automatically post a 30-second video on your thing, and it'll tell people to watch your IGTV.
Yeah.
Right.
Because you can. That's the only time you can actually click.
Right.
And have people watch your IGTV.
That is really cool. Yes, definitely. Got to take advantage of that for sure, too.
I've been trying to tell him that.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're supposed to do a short video today of some funny stuff to get people interested.
Yeah, so like you have to do.
Right. I've been seeing
people want to know. So, for example, what I tell people is like with Instagram, it's not about you, it's about your audience, because that's who you need. You need your followers to follow you. But why are they following you for, right? So people think Instagram is very vanity. It's not. So if you think you see Instagram models and pictures, and there's pictures of themselves all the time, but they're in pictures of themselves with other people's clothing, other people's makeup.
Making
so
money.
that's their job to showcase themselves, because they're doing these things. That's their job. But what was that your job? It's not your job. So what you're doing is you want to cater to your audience. Why should they follow you?
Because we're funny.
But you got to showcase that.
I know, Dave.
Right. We're gonna work on that.
Then
Yes.
you got to tell, like in your bio too, like who are you, what do you do, and why am I following you?
Will we even have a bio?
Yes.
Yeah, and your bio has to be. You have to do your bio perfectly, because that's the first thing people see. They see the pictures and they see who you are, and it can't be messy. It can be clean,
right,
and straight to the point.
Right.
You know, I am Dave and Datha. We're the host of Dave K Show.
Right. We always say a news and opinion from the Bayou State is our tagline. It's our short tagline.
Yeah, say that. Okay, that's fine, but then you have to say like, what do you do for them? People, what do you do for me? You know what I'm saying? Like,
we make you laugh.
Yeah,
well, we talk good
topics. So say that. It's like we make others laugh or whatever. You got to fix that line. But I'm saying we make others people laugh.
Something to draw to them.
Yeah. So like I tell people like, so on my Instagram it says, I help people conquer the world. Do you understand?
Right.
I help people do this. I do this for this people. So people have a reason to come. Oh, well she and then you be consistent with your theme. You gotta be consistent.
Right.
So then they know. So it's cohesive, right? So I had a Forbes guy hit me up the other day, and he was like, "Oh my God, like I have a mastermind group, and you're like half of the group has not even the level you're on." She's like, he said that everything I do is cohesive to each other. Like everything makes sense. Like when I post something, I like to empower people to create businesses. I tell stories. So storytelling is a part of advertising.
Right. Yeah.
Telling your story behind something people can relate to. Oh yeah, I've been there. Oh, thank you so much. Da 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 da. So that's why people follow me, because not only do I have the credibility to back it up, so people follow that. That's a part being an influencer too, to have credibility. And then I'm offering something to my audience, and that's what you guys need to do. So when your videos, you still, even though you're showcasing yourself, you gotta offer something to the audience.
Yes.
Why how are they gonna stay? They're gonna follow you and then unfollow you.
Right. And like I said, you got to be consistent from show to show and give them what you said you were going to give them from show to show.
Yeah, but don't just do videos all day long either.
No.
Like, take pictures of y'all laughing, going to eat at that restaurant. You know what I'm saying? Like things like that.
Yeah.
People want to see you.
Out of the studio.
Yeah.
Out of the studio.
I've been telling him that too.
Yeah.
Right.
Street
yes, you have.
beats.
Yes, you have. Yep.
All
right,
I'm gonna
hold you up to it now.
Everybody be an interview. They all want to be on TV.
Yes.
Got to get a smaller mic though. I don't think this would work.
Yes.
I got smaller mics.
You would probably be one of the very few people that do that. You would probably be. People are on social media all the time. You beat people.
Everybody wants to see themselves.
Right.
Yes, they do.
And that's what you guys are doing.
And we're trying to, push the limits as far as we can, as fast as we can. We all have day jobs and everything. Our weekends are the best times to do everything.
It's gonna if you guys can cater that to your audience, people are gonna just flow right in. Hey, I want to be on the show. Hey, I want to be on the show. Hey,
and that's what we want.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, we've gone so far. We're not going to stop right now. I mean, we're in it to win it, is what I always say.
Right.
We put too much time and money and energy into this thing to keep it.
You guys did a great job.
Keep it going, right?
Yeah.
And we hadn't even started yet, to be honest with you.
Nope.
I think our 100th podcast is going to be like our first milestone.
Yeah.
Which will probably be maybe around March of next year if we keep the momentum going up.
Yeah, I think so too.
So, can you imagine these podcasters that have 2,000 episodes, 1,500 episodes? It's like, geez, man.
Yeah.
That's an everyday thing, though. You have to do it every day almost to get that many.
That's their job, and they probably get paid for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They got to the point where they're getting paid for it.
Yeah.
So they're going to do it every day.
We're going to get to that point.
Yeah, just like if you guys keep consistent, you're going to get paid to do.
Right. We always listen to the podcast on iHeartRadio, How Things Work, and Things You Should Know. That's really, really cool. Every night we listen to it. They're like 2,000 shows right now.
Right.
Well, we need to get tapped into
iHeartRadio. You know how
get money.
Yeah.
You know how you guys can get sponsors?
How's that?
You know how it's on the radio? We're sponsored by blah, 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 blah.
Right.
You can say their name on the radio, on a podcast.
Well, I told him that too.
Yeah.
Right.
But we got to let them know because we've been throwing some hints out there with some businesses.
People jump on podcasts.
Yeah.
There's like a huge thing now. Like, it's huge. Like, come on, like you're probably one of the few people that has a podcast in Baton Rouge. You guys are doing
I did look it up. There's about 6 other people with the Baton Rouge podcast search that I've done on iTunes and Spotify.
But you're not doing, there's sports and stuff like that.
That's all. There's churches and sports. That's all there is churches and sports.
You guys are different. You're actually giving other people an opportunity to showcase themselves, their experiences, their brands, their business, their music.
Right.
Sure.
You guys have something here. And people are going to jump on it. Hey, do you want to sponsor? Da da da. We'll say your name. Da da da. Or offer a free ticket.
That's what I told him too.
Giveaways.
Right, exactly. Free giveaways. Yep.
Yeah, I've been telling him that.
Yep. That's right.
Just give us a giveaway so we can try. A
Everybody likes free stuff.
Yeah. So answer me this question: when you have free stuff to give away, how do you give it away? Was it promotionals, call-ins, likes, or whatever?
Call-ins and likes.
For you, it has to be like you have to watch the show. At the end of the show, we'll
5 callers.
The fifth caller could be the winner.
Right.
Or you can do like a story, like a joke or something, and then ask them, what was our joke? What was the answer to the joke?
Right.
Or what's the answer to the question?
Right.
Yeah, that gets it right wins. You have to watch. You have to make them watch the entire show.
Right.
That's how you get.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. That's what you want them to do.
Right.
At the end of the show, we will,
hook you up.
Right.
Right.
That's marketing.
Right.
You gotta use.
Yes.
Yeah, that's marketing.
You gotta get that mindset.
I'm on the right track.
You're fine.
I just got to get the stuff.
Yes.
Like I want to talk to somebody in Irwinville and see if we can get some tickets to his concert.
You can. Podcast is like a thing. They're like,
we just got to get there.
Yeah, you'll get there. No, you can do it now. You don't have to get. Yeah, you can do that now. You can do that now. Like, you really don't have to wait till you're like the 50th. No, do it now.
That's what I'm saying.
You could have done it in your first, second 2 episodes.
That's amazing. I didn't know. Yeah, that's amazing.
Oh yeah, you can do like that Best Western. If you know them, like, hey,
that.
Yeah,
right. Yeah.
You can give away. So what I did with my podcast, my friend Owen Baymont, she runs Baymont, and she was like, "Yeah, I'll give you free rooms."
Come on,
see,
golly, yeah, that's great.
Hey, if you guys tune in,
in return for advertising for them,
and then we say their names on the commercial, make a commercial slot, and then you could win tickets or rooms at this hotel.
Yes,
see, that's what we're working on too. The commercial slots.
Yes, there's so much stuff out there to go and pursue.
Oh, like you could do a commercial break. We could have had a commercial break like 30 minutes ago.
Yep.
And just play it.
That's what we're working on right now. Is breaking our segments up into segments. So let me ask you this real quick, and we're going to shut it down pretty soon. How important is a website to coincide with all this stuff? I mean, is a website even necessary?
Yes.
Okay.
A website
Talk about
is necessary because people still you want a place where everyone can go to see everything that you do. So like, even though with social media, it's too much going on. So you want a place where everyone can go, like the Dave K Show. This is what they do. This is who he is. This is who Data is. This is how and then have all your showcases or episodes on there. And then it tells people where you're located, your phone number, like you need your website. That
to be on the show.
You. That's one thing you need to have consistent is your website.
Right.
Excellent.
People
very good.
will go to your Instagram, your social media, but there's too much going on. They really don't know what you're about. But your website tells them everything that you're doing, your services you're providing. Like, I have to have a website. Yeah. People gotta go to a website and see what does she offer, what services does she have, what she's gonna do for me, and that's a place where that showcases you guys. You have your bio up. This is a little thing about where Dave K Show came from, where Dave K Show. You want one place to have everything, only Dave K Show.
Right.
I got our website picked out and everything. DaveKShow.com. It's parked. It's on Squarespace. It's actually probably about 70% finished in the queue right now. So we need to get that launched ASAP.
Yep. And then in that case, you can just use Linktree.
Okay, and put it on there. Yeah,
put
on
it on
Linktree.
there, and then have the different episodes on your Linktree.
Cool.
Or your best ones, or the most rated ones.
Yeah.
That you want to showcase, because you don't want to put all your episodes on.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Because we look back in the day, it's like
that's too many.
I don't want people
Well,
to
you
see.
start hitting 1,200 episodes, we were like, I'm not looking through all
Yeah,
that.
no one's gonna look through all your episodes to
No.
watch. Yeah.
Not really. Well, Timmy, what's our time looking like? We're gonna shut it down in a second here. Oh yeah, golly. Okay, we gotta shut this thing down. 1 hour 45 is probably the longest show we've ever done. So very good. All right. So if people want to get in contact with you, how can they get in contact with you?
I'm cool. Like, when you're with social media, you have to be personable to get people to want to work with you. So I'm cool if you guys DM me.
Okay, yeah, that's not for everybody, but for you it is.
It is cool. You can message me on Facebook. You can email me at iKandyland@gmail.com. That's my personal email. So if you're on here, you're lucky.
Right.
You can find my website, wecametoconquer.com with the number 2. And then my other personal website, my iKandyland.com, is coming up in a couple weeks.
Great.
Then I'm everywhere on social media, iKandyland with a K.
Cool.
Great. That sounds great. Well, it sure was a pleasure having you on the show for sure. We learned a whole lot and everything. We only scratched the surface.
Thank you. I know.
Probably next time.
We get to talk about the Arthur stuff. The book.
I know. I know. This is my plan. So in the future, later on this year, we'll probably Skype you in.
Okay.
That'd be cool.
Right.
Be our first Skype.
We'll put your split screen on here.
Yeah.
And then that'd be really cool. And then we'll invite you over to the 50th episode party we're going to have in December if we'll get you out here some kind of way. November. And maybe the 100th episode, we'll have you back on here next year sometimes to see what's new. Your reality show, we'll see how that's coming along.
Oh, yeah, it's going on real well right now.
Yeah,
it's
we'll talk about all that. So, sounds great. So any parting words you want to say before we leave?
No, thank you for having me here.
Thanks for
Yes.
coming.
We appreciate you.
Oh, that's
fun.
Right. Yes, it was. Yes, Datha, you got anything you want to tell the people before we leave?
Oh, yeah, y'all. Well, we've got our pointcoupiereporter.com.
Oh,
to check out. We got Point Coupie banner. You can get your local businesses, local grocery stores, and check us out at YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, all that good fun stuff.
Dave K Show at all those.
Dave
right.
K
Oh,
Show.
yeah. So if you need services like Facebook ads, you guys can hit me up for that, because I provide Instagram growth modules where I teach people how to grow their Instagram, and I teach you how to use Facebook ads. And then I have services for business who don't have the time to work on their social media. Our agency runs social medias for businesses for you, and then I do Facebook ads.
Cool.
All that stuff. Yes, indeed. One-stop shop, definitely. All right, well, sounds great. So we're going to shut it down right here. And for Miss Kandy Robertson and Miss Datha Bure, I'm David K. Gyro, and I'm so glad you joined us. We'll catch you next time. You have a great day.
Bye, guys.
See ya.
Bye.